bunch of my favorite people and I will get together and tell some awesome stories and hopefully take you guys along for the ride with us. So thank you for joining us today. I didn't lie this time. We do have the entire gang here today, which we love. Nobody could see, but there's a lot of dabbing occurring.
Best moment.
Today we're going to be playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, so if you don't know what that is by now, time is ticking, you'll learn as you go, get to know, it's going to happen. As always, if you are a little bit behind on the campaign so far, you can always check down the description below. Is that what it's called? Just the links down there for our YouTube channel, which has all of the archived videos. You can catch up. You can also see some awesome one-shots we've got and the fatal error we made in Lockie's campaign where we all died. TPK.
Woo! I broke the ice.
We love to see it. Anybody else have anything else they want to say, or should we get into the session? Hell yeah. Alright. As the moons of Cathora hang heavy in the sky, fingers of silver moonlight reach through the cracks in dark rain clouds, weighed down by the deluge they unleash onto the realm below. Sheets of torrential rain fall to the earth, obscuring the surrounding landscape of rolling green hills and fields of wild flowers. Thick drops smack against the ground, soaking it and darkening both rows of tilled soil and dirt trails winding through the countryside in meandering loops and bends. Streaks of bright white light lance through the gloomy darkened night sky of the Mendocian Valley, carving its way through heavy rain clouds. Flashes of sterile light bathe the landscape in silver hues, turning the shades of vibrant flowers and lush grass sickly and pale with every flash of lightning that blasts through the sky. Thunder booms in the distance, its rumbling reverberating around and echoing off mountains. Small thickets and brambles sway, bending into large arcs, their leaves grazing the ground gently. Taking shelter under a sparse canopy of sodden green leaves and branches, bent every which way by the gale of winds that whip throughout the woods, a group of ragtag adventurers sits in a circle, exchanging thinly veiled barbs and interrogations. Rivulets of rain stream off the edge of leaves, soaking the group sheltering beneath its leaves and extinguishing the smouldering flames flickering in the center of their makeshift campsite. As you guys all begin to come to consciousness, the rain is still very much present. Sheets of torrential rain kind of coating the surrounding landscape. What would you guys like to do?
I'll check with the master what she wants to do.
Sure, you can see that they're already beginning to kind of pack all of their cargo and all of the tarps that they use to try and create a makeshift shelter. Spots of the ground have obviously been underneath holes in these tarps, so there's kind of almost a river of rainwater that's kind of rushing down now. The horses look very unhappy, kind of being soaked as well, even though they were kind of kept under some shelter with the tarps. But she kind of calls over to you. We're heading out soon. Get ready to go.
Alright then. I'll get ready to go then, I guess.
Roll a perception check for me, please.
19.
19. As you're stepping away from the caravan, you can see that there is what appears to be a slash mark in the side of the canvas. It looks like a weapon has been taken to it.
The canvas? Is it working now?
We're having problems?
A little bit.
Technical problems.
Dude, that's
At least one an episode.
It would not be an
Anyway.
episode of Chronicle unless we
Cool.
had
I'll
some
just
problems.
hold it for now. But yeah, I will check with the caravan master and be like, so why is the top all slashed up?
Why is it what?
I'll point at the slash.
Sure, kind of heads around from the side to look at the slash mark. Kind of mutters a shit and begins to kind of rifle through all of the cargo. We will see. Actually,
What's happening?
well, looks like our mistake was apparently somebody's slashed up my canvas, stolen a good portion of our material here that we were going to sell at Dount, but
Wait.
I guess, Day 9?
Where were they sleeping?
You guys are all, I mean, you have tents, so I'm assuming you were
You
sleeping
don't
in your
sleep.
I don't
tents,
have a
but-
tent, no, because I stay, like, fully aware when I'm sleeping. I guess they must have eluded me.
So, hang on, when
Sneaky.
you're in your sleep,
Yeah, go to your
do you
sensuous
have
rest.
full perception, or do you have to make
Boop, boop,
perception
boop,
rolls?
boop,
Because
boop,
I
boop.
would assume I assume you would be unconscious, or at least not active.
It's like a short period, I think, for unconsciousness.
In this state, you appear inert, but it doesn't render you unconscious, and you can see and hear as normal.
Okay. Roll a perception check for me, please, then.
Retroactive.
Oh,
perception
should it be
check.
passive perception, maybe? Because I wouldn't have necessarily been looking for anything.
Well, nobody announced that there was a watch. So, it's up to you. I'm happy to retroactively...
My passive
do
perception
a
is 10,
roll for you.
so it's very believable that I would miss
Okay,
anything.
sure. So, but next time, I will remember that you can see normally. Actually, I'll just to be fair, okay. I rolled a natural 20, so...
They were very
fine.
stealthy.
You
Yeah.
are not seeing anything.
But yeah, you can see that she's kind of going through all of these crates and calls over her partner, and they both kind of go through, muttering under their breath.
Can I check for footprints around the slash?
Sure, roll a survival check for me, please.
Can I? I'm assuming all this is like out loud now. I would like to help as well, so I'll give you the help action.
Cool, so that's advantage on my survival check, unless someone's got better than +3.
I
No.
You want to do it?
I'm happy to do it.
Cool.
It's strange. I didn't see anything last night.
I guess we'll help A9 do the...
Sure.
So you get advantage.
Oh well, that's pretty good. 2 very good rolls. 24.
Dang.
24. It's a bit hard to make out a concrete trail of footprints leading away, given that there's torrential rain. Though you can see that there appears to be some depression in the kind of softened ground. But they are mostly... They don't seem to go in any particular pattern. There appears to be 2 kind of trails. One of them cuts off throughout the bramble, and the other one heads back to the dirt trail.
Well, it's hard to say. There are 2 tracks. They could be anywhere by now.
But they need to. But they have to get their goods back. They need to, have a livelihood and Oh, we should have been on. Why was no one on watch? We forgot to do a watch. Oh no, I'm really sorry. Oh.
Well, hey, it's not your fault, but next time, let's just, I thought your job was to protect us, so, clearly a failed attempt at that. We could have been murdered in our sleep, and then, nobody would have been any the wiser, would they? So, maybe next time when we stop, let's set up a system of watches.
I was awake, but I wasn't exactly paying too much attention. When I rest for the night,
So that
Why would
was...
you bring
Oh,
that
that
up?
was-
Why would you
so-
bring it up to them?
So let me get this straight. You're supposed to be protecting us, and you were awake the whole time, but you didn't see shit.
not awake as such, but I could see they were very stealthy.
You were awake, but you could see them, and you knew that they were stealthy?
What, you saw them?
No,
He misphrases his words sometimes. It's not. He doesn't mean anything by it.
So you did see them, or you didn't?
I didn't see anything.
Okay, so how many of them were there then?
I
You
have.
seem to be looking at trails and stuff.
Well, it seems we've got 2 diverging paths. One ends, I'll point, over here in the brambles, and the other goes back onto the trail.
So you'd say that 2 roads diverged in a wood? You guys know the... It's a Robert Frost poem.
No.
No.
Not
Weird.
cultured enough.
Okay.
Well, maybe we should try and get the goods back. It's the least we can do. Since we kind of did fail at protecting.
They could be anywhere by now.
Is there a way to determine like how fresh like the slash mark is, or how fresh the tracks are?
Slash mark, probably not. I mean, it's canvas, and
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been cut at any time.
What about the
Is
dab?
anyone a ranger?
Yeah.
Literally, yes.
Only in technicality.
How about we check your
the
spell
only
list?
one who said
My
nothing.
spell list
in
just
this
talk
room.
to animals. Do you want to ask an
Um,
animal?
Yeah.
We
Do
can
you-
ask an animal if you'd like.
I feel like because it's been raining all
yell?
night, right? If the tracks are fresh, then they won't be too eroded by the rain.
They rolled a natural
So it
20
was
for
But-
stealth. I
walking
wouldn't
tracks?
know if the animals would even see
What's
them.
your
Yes.
preferred terrain?
Footprints.
I don't actually know. It's been a while. I think it's mountains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So is
Never
there
mind.
any indication
know
of
it's
how
not
fresh the
useful, I can tell you
footprints
that
are?
much.
Well, like I said, they're kind of. It's a bit hard to tell because there's depressions they're not fully formed. Charlie. They're not fully formed indentations that look like footprints. So the rain, obviously, it's torrential rain that's kind of covered the tracks that are closer to the dirt path and are away from the shelter, like the relative shelter of this small clearing that you guys have set up in. You could say it'd probably be a couple of hours. It's hard to pinpoint exactly. I'd say probably no more than 4 though.
Yeah, these footprints definitely aren't fresh. They could be anywhere by now.
Oh man.
Can I follow the tracks to the road and see which direction they went off in?
Sure.
Should we
What exactly is
really
missing?
Be wasting time trying to get whatever this stuff is back?
Well, we should find out what's missing, right?
Probably
Because it
not.
could be
But
if it's something
is
valuable.
it really any of our business?
Well, it is,
Yes.
but it's
Well,
higher
yes.
to
We're supposed to
protect it.
protect-
Kind of, yes.
Hannah was our fault.
Can I?
Yeah,
Did you say
but-
that in character?
No, I'm just saying this. To
Can I just check which direction the tracks in the
Sure,
road go?
roll a survival check for me, please.
Want to roll a
I
survival
mean, I
check?
missed a
No.
whole
Nope.
session of like connection to these people, so.
I would
Oh
like
no,
to
the whole
perform.
session was not
Oh.
spent with these people.
Oh, okay.
It was
action. Probably
spent
just
with
like
property
Sarah said
damage.
before.
Okay.
Oh, great.
I'd like
From
to perform the help action on Lockie's survival check.
Okay.
Natural 20.
oh,
Natural 20,
doesn't even need
You
it.
can see that it heads towards the direction you're going in, down.
Well, good news. It is going the same way we are going.
Maybe we'll meet them and then we'll beat them up and get your goods back.
We should
Let's
just
go
go.
fast.
We should just go
Okay,
really fast.
small
Yeah.
problem. How are you gonna know who it is?
We'll
What got stolen?
beat 'em up
see
until they tell
what
us.
they-
That also
what-
works.
We can ask them.
I'm just gonna go up to somebody who's stolen
Ask
from
them
me and
nicely.
ask them if they stole from me.
What exactly did they steal?
Yeah.
It looks like mostly our small goods. So some of our, some of our coins are gone. Some of our fabric bolts.
Well, how about we just steal from someone else and then it's even?
I don't know if that's
That's
how this works.
No. Now,
can
definitely
replace the
that's
goods.
illegal.
Well, I mean,
How about we just?
Nearest that I can see, it looks like the most expensive or valuable stuff they took was some of the old weaponry that we had to sell off into Dount. We had a small contract with somebody that was down in Black Knuckle Point to take some goods up to Dount to sell.
If you saw these goods that were stolen, would you be able to like identify them if someone else was selling them?
Yeah, probably. Sometimes, well, from what I understand, they were from Canaan, so sometimes they have the maker's mark kind of etched into whatever the goods are. So if it's a weapon, then it would most likely have the smith's mark.
How far away is Dount from here? Because if it is
It's about 6 days. So
I mean, we've got probably enough time to catch them. I mean, how many like 4 hours ago? So if we push hard, we should be able to reach there. We've got some horses. At least to follow the tracks.
Yeah, if they were walking, surely.
Were they
Sure.
walking or were they riding?
Well, you only see footprints from where you are.
Well, they're on. So they're on foot
So
then.
we'll probably catch up to them then.
so
Let's
do
do
we
it.
want to?
Let's
Do we want to
catch 'em.
just like go along the trail but keep a track of the footprints ahead of us?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Cool.
Where'd you say
Is
the
that-
weapons were from? Sorry, Holly.
So they were taking them from Black Knuckle Point, but they were originally from Canaan. So that's spelled Kainen.
Is this on our continent? I would assume so.
Yes,
It
it
should be
is.
on our continent.
It's up to the top right, near Tuttle's.
Oh, damn. Yep. Damn. Okay.
Would I know anything about weapons made in this area? Maybe.
Roll a history check for me, please.
Oh yeah, Black Knuckle. Okay, so that would have been.
22.
22. With a 22, you know that Canaan is kind of known as an artisanal province, so a lot of fine goods are made there. So you'll often get a lot of weaponry that's kind of lightweight but very, very well made. You also get particular luxury goods like really finely made cheeses, jams, certain like glass blowing. It's mostly for specific artisan crafts. Generally, they trade with nearby towns, but there's a very specific kind of make that distinguishes them from other towns or other areas that would make specific items. Generally, people, if you know that you want high quality, like the best of the best, you would go to Canaan. So it's popular mostly amongst the rich, so nobility.
Sure. They must have been expensive blades you lost.
Well, from what I understand, they were damaged. We were supposed to sell them off to a smith in Dount for repair, and then to be sent back to wherever the smith wants them distributed to. From what I understand, it was supposed to be Sprockerot, but I'm not too sure.
If the thieves are heading to Dount, perhaps they might have a similar idea and take them to a blacksmith.
So what you're saying is the thieves stole broken weapons
Well, hey, I
and
don't-
ran away. What?
Well, if
all
they're-
I know is that there were fully functioning blades, but the hilts were damaged.
So if they stole broken weapons, wouldn't they have had to know that they were worth anything in the first place?
Well, I mean,
I
they
guess
left
so. I
on
mean, I
foot,
don't-
so they can only take so much.
Blades from this region are exquisite.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, no thief would steal a broken weapon unless they knew the value of the weapon itself. So they have to be at least
not?
intelligent.
Or
I
they're,
think-
or if they're regular bandits, they're probably really dumb and just took what was easy.
Anyway,
Or that they are either really smart or really stupid.
guys,
Let's find out.
guys, we are
We
we
gotta-
are wasting a lot of time with this
We-
discussion. We want to catch these thieves. We
we
need to
can
start
we
moving
can talk
now.
about this on the road.
On the way.
And I'll run up onto I think what am I horse? Eclipse, my edgelord
Yeah,
horse. I'm
Eclipse.
gonna mount him.
So are we agreed to head off?
Does
now
anyone wanna
and
ride
talk about
ahead?
This on the road.
To take the horses right ahead.
I prefer to ride a horse.
Would anyone like to ride in front of the group? Perhaps race ahead.
I'm willing to go ahead. Who wants to
Not
take
gonna
the
race
other
anyone.
horse?
Why don't we have
Who's
one?
taking Spirit?
Why don't we have one horse at the
Spirit?
front and one horse at the
Oh,
back?
the horse.
Yes.
I
one of
got
our
it. I got it.
horses.
I got it.
It's the name of the
I'll
horse.
take Spirit up on ahead if people don't mind.
Okay. And one horse like at the back of the caravan to sort of cover the rear. as
Maybe
well.
I should go with June with Eclipse because you guys have the two wagons, and then we can see if we can catch up at least or get it at eyesight. We'll try to keep within distance of the caravan.
I'll stay on the wagons this time just for defense.
I'm not going
My
anywhere
only
near a
memory
horse.
of Spirit is when me and my friends got really drunk and all sat on the couch and cried over the
Aw,
movie.
yeah, that feels.
I gotta watch that movie.
It's a very good movie.
I
I
really
don't
seen
think
it when
I've
I was
ever
like
watched that
8.
movie.
It's so good.
It's so sad.
So good. Anyway,
It's like happy sad.
happy sad.
Happy, sad.
Yeah,
So
like-
I'm gonna be happy, but I'm also crying.
Well, no, it's
Yes.
like the kind of sad where you're like oh, like I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm so happy that I'm crying.
Oh, okay.
Like it's a really happy ending. You know?
This is gonna sound really edgy, but that's never happened to me. So maybe it's because I
Edgelord.
didn't. Yeah, maybe it's because I didn't watch Spirit. Maybe I need to.
It'll change your
Yeah.
whole life.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
No, I haven't cried in years. I don't know. I just have problems.
You're made of harder stuff, Holt.
D&D's therapy. All right. So let me get this straight. Abelard is riding up ahead with Eclipse.
And
or so
I'm riding
both
Eclipse.
horses are riding ahead.
With
Ye-
us. I'm
Both
on
horses
Spirit.
are riding ahead.
Eclipse is
Okay.
June.
Okay.
That one's on Eclipse.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Alright.
So, you watch as they. So, the two partners are still going through what has been stolen, but kind of loading up as they go.
I'll be
getting
helping
ready
them.
to-
I'll be helping them load
Sure.
any crates and stuff like that.
From my previous checks, would I be able to guess how big the people, like the number of people who were involved with the theft? Like from my original check, I'm looking like the tracks and stuff like that down the road.
Like how many sets of tracks?
Yeah.
Roll an investigation check for me, please.
Investigation, or
May
can
I
I?
assist?
Yes.
Give me a sec. So investigation, or can it be?
You're looking. Yeah, you're actively looking.
Oh, that's a flat 15.
15.
That's terrible.
Like you were told by A9, it looks like there's only 2 tracks here,
Okay.
but because some of them are smudged, you assume it's possible that they might have just been walking in the same footsteps, but it looks like there was only 2 tracks leading up.
All right, cool. Well, I guess we'll ride on ahead then.
So you guys are riding how far ahead of the caravan?
Follow the tracks as far as we go.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so I'll get one of you to roll a d12 for me, please, for weather, and the other one to roll to. I'm assuming you're actively following the tracks, or you're just
Mhm.
following the trail to Dount.
Following the tracks.
Okay, roll a survival check for me, please.
What's your
then.
survival?
You
check?
can roll
Plus
with
one.
advantage. I'm assuming you're both.
Ah.
rolling
Just
too.
+3.
Yeah, I'll do the
That's
survival.
alright.
If you're helping
Uh,
and you want to roll the d12.
Yeah.
1.
One for the weather.
Okay.
That could be good. I mean, a 9 was heavy rain, so.
All right. So survival check with advantage, right? Because we're both looking.
Yes.
Natural 20
He doesn't
again.
look so excited about this
That's a
roll.
nat 20 on that survival. That's
Oh,
23
hell
total.
yeah.
20. Sure.
Yes, we're gonna find.
The other one was a 3, so I'm glad.
And you rolled a 1 on your d12.
Wait,
Yep.
yeah.
Yes, you did. Yes.
Okay.
That's a lot.
What is with that?
I don't like Holly's smile.
That's a lucky smile. Why are you doing that?
Okay.
Fireball.
Okay, roll
me
a
cut.
performance check for me, please. Alright, so
I'm gonna tell you
A
to shut
4?
up.
so you begin to smack at your drum and
I'll be enjoying
Still.
the music.
and trying to keep a consistent beat as you go. You keep getting distracted by kind of rivulets of rain that are dripping off the edge of the wagon, and they're kind of hitting the drum as you're going. You get distracted trying to wipe it off so you can have a clean surface to continue practicing your drumming. It doesn't sound great, but
He's definitely played better.
This is horrible.
okay. So you guys, as you're riding ahead, you continue to follow the trail, and though it does seem to kind of peter out eventually, it looks as if they're on the same track as you. They begin to grow more faint as it goes on. And you rolled it
Natural
was
20.
natural 20, sure. I'm assuming so. You're only a little bit ahead of the.
I think
wagon,
we're
right?
going as far as we can, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it looks as if it's on the same track to Dount, the same dirt path that you're taking. You assume to get to Dount anyway. So as you guys begin to kind of, your vision is growing more and more obscured by the kind of by the kind of heavy rain and this almost torrential downpour that seems to kind of soak into your bones, trying to kind of pull your cloaks further over your body to kind of. What's up, Xander? to kind of. Definitely, it's wicking off some of it, but there's small little cracks in there where it kind of runs down your forearm and pulls at the end of your elbow as you're kind of urging Eclipse on. Eventually, as you're passing these rolling green hills, and you can see that there are these trees that are almost bent in half as the wind begins to pick up more and more.
Uh-oh.
And a kind of deep fog begins to settle in at the edge of your vision, kind of closing in towards the dirt path that you're on. Eventually, I'd say you travel probably about 2 hours, and the torrential rain begins to let up. So the previous fog, however, has kind of completely enveloped the distance to where you can't see any of the jagged peaks of the Dawn Vale, and to the right you can't see the kind of cluster of mountains that you know are the Raised Bend Peaks. The hills are almost completely covered, just the tops of them are visible as you roll closer on towards them with your caravan, and then as you guys are kind of cantering on down the trail. Eventually you see that the footsteps that you're following are just continuing on the same path, and it looks like there's only one set now. It looks like one set. So before there were two sets, they were following just down the same path. Eventually, though, one of the sets just seems to disappear, and they're only left with one set.
Well, that's weird.
Yep.
We gonna do anything about it?
I guess we just keep going then. Because I didn't see it like bend or anything.
No, it just appeared. It was so. If this is the path here, it was the one that's kind of on the edge. So they're walking in like 2 by 2, and then on the side it just disappeared.
Do the other feet appear deeper?
Roll another investigation check for me, please.
Thank you, though.
That's a really good question.
Was it like a cute piggyback activity that they're going on? Oh, not great. 8.
Okay. With an 8, it's way too hard to tell. They were kind of marauded with all of this torrential rain. You can see that in the distance there's what appears to be a lightning strike that's kind of set into a point in the grass, kind of scorched it. But it doesn't appear that one's heavier than the other. They both seem to be kind of the same misshapen footsteps that you had followed the entire way. Is there anything else you guys would like to do on your...
Could I have more of a look around inside the wagon that I'm in? See if...
Sure, roll an
Yeah, I don't-
investigation check for me, please.
what am I looking for? I'm looking, just for any signs of, like, maybe hair or, like, anything.
Forensics.
18?
18. With an 18, you see that against one of the kind of rusted nails that appears to jut out from a roughly hewn wooden beam that kind of suspends the canvas of this, the slashed canvas over the actual wagon itself. There appears to be kind of tweed fabric that's left behind. It's kind of been snagged and ripped off somebody's body. It's a deep grey.
The culprit is Sherlock
Deep
Holmes.
red.
What you got there, A9? What are you doing back there?
Just having a look around. I think this might be of interest, and I'll hold up the piece of fabric.
Is it
What was
like
that?
a nice
Oh.
fabric, commoner clothing, anything like that? Anything distinguishable?
What's up, Xander?
Nothing. Keep going.
Okay.
Does this belong to one of us, or anyone that's been in these
Yeah, just
caravans
Battery
before
would
us?
be done.
Oh yeah, the battery's out.
Yeah, I know.
I would wear black.
Nadria wears like red,
Red,
don't they?
red.
Is it a similar red to this?
Well, are there
This
any?
is grey.
Oh, great. I thought you said it was red. I thought you said it was red. My bad.
So
Great.
no.
Okay, cool.
It's
I've
not a
full
similar
spaced
red.
out there.
I wrote red on my notes as well. I don't know how that happened.
What? You said grey.
I
You
thought
said
I
grey.
said grey.
You
Did
said
I?
grey.
Okay.
Check the recording. Check the tape.
Yeah, we'll run the tape back.
Yeah.
Is it grey or red?
So yeah, I want to.
I knew somebody once that said they were just colorblind to red.
That's
And
bizarre.
that was the only
Oh.
they weren't red-green colorblind.
Red.
Red's just
Okay, you're
invisible
right.
to them.
Red does not
That's the thing.
exist. What's
So
red?
maybe we've got a colorblind situation like this.
Yeah,
Who
maybe.
knows?
Yeah, I want to like. How nice is the fabric? Is it well worn, well weathered? Is there
You assume for it to have been ripped off, then it must have been at least a little bit well worn. It's only a very thin kind of
Okay.
ribbon of tweed.
no fancy embroidery or markings?
Not that you
anything?
can see. It's
Okay.
too small of a scrap to really get an idea, though it does seem like a kind of a thick, coarse material, so it's well weighted. So that might imply that it wasn't regular commoners' clothes, or if it was mostly for wear in a cool environment.
Okay. cool environment.
Nadria, would you mind rolling a D100 for me, please?
Ooh, goody.
Oh,
The D100.
I do.
It happens.
not again.
The encounter table, probably.
Is that
That's a 10.
17? 17.
That's a low roll. Wow.
17.
Wait, is it?
Yeah, the 100
Oh.
is that one.
Mm.
Thank you.
Okay. As you guys continue to travel on this path, the fog appears to kind of ebb away at the tops of mountains and at the very crest of these kind of chains of rolling green hills. But the wind seems to pick up more and more. And the gale force winds that had kind of stopped for a period of time when the fog was setting in have kind of come back in full force, and you can see that the trees are almost bent in half now. There's kind of broken branches littering the side of these dirt paths. Brambles have been completely like ripped out of the ground, and kind of almost tumbleweed-esque rolling along the hills, and kind of the flowers, the clusters of wildflowers, are being completely kind of smashed down by just this onslaught of wind. Eventually, though, as this wind is kind of whipping around you, kind of cutting at your face, even though they've kind of pulled the flap of the wagon shut to kind of protect you a little bit, it still kind of gets in the cracks, and kind of it's cold and biting the way it kind of rips at exposed skin. At the head of our chain, Abelard, what is your passive perception, please?
13.
13. With a 13, you can see that there's what appears to be a figure on foot heading to your direction, seemingly dressed in what appears to be herald clothing from the kingdom of Acheron. You can see the kind of deep blue and silver that kind of lines this almost quartered fabric. So it's kind of in a, not necessarily a checkerboard pattern, but kind of large squares and rectangles make up the kind of like an oversized plaid tartan.
Cool.
Um,
I'll signal to June and be like, up ahead there's someone, maybe they have seen our thief.
Lovely. You go say hi?
I guess so.
Let's.
you, as you guys head up towards this figure, you can see that they're pulling what appears to be almost a floppy leather hat closer to their head and trying to fight against the wind. They're on foot, and they seem to only carry a small rucksack with them as they almost blown off their feet, kind of moving very slowly against this wind. You can see that there's a bell in their hand that seems to chime, and just the sound is kind of taken away almost immediately by this wind that whips past, kind of howling next to them.
You
Steal his
seem-
hat, steal his hat.
You seem cold there, friends. Could I offer you some more clothes?
So you're getting right up towards them?
Yeah, like pull
Take the
side-
clothes
side them
away.
along.
Okay. So they kind of lift their hat. I'm alright. And kind of you can see that there's a elderly gentleman with kind of a thick, wiry white beard that's kind of shouting up towards you.
I'll look down. Excuse me, sir. Have you seen the figure up ahead? Someone walking the same way we have?
Haven't seen a what? And kind of tilts his head.
Have you seen a person? He has some stuff of ours. We just
Thinks for a second, looks towards you. Saw a gentleman about, I'd say, things 20 miles up maybe.
Where are you headed?
Back to Helior, gotta go down to Rumbellium.
Is that on our path, you know?
That is
No.
opposite direction.
opposite direction.
We're going to Runnel.
Did you?
Anyway, thank you for your time. We'll keep heading that way then, and then I guess keep following the tracks.
turns back towards you. Before you go, did you hear the news?
No.
The evil's been defeated!
The evil?
The evil's been defeated in the Solteran borderlands. The evil.
What?
Was that us?
No.
Excelsior.
That's good to hear, I guess. Yeah.
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 Excellent news. Well, it'll be good for trade.
Just
Wait.
looks at you and are you just moving on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Kind of stares at you in disbelief and then goes back to kind of heading down the path then.
On the way, I'll ask you, what is this evil?
I genuinely have no idea currently. But
And
if
yet
it's-
he walks away.
if
Yeah.
it's his enemy, that's fine.
Yeah, I
Maybe he was battling his demons.
You're
you know?
really not gonna ask any
I-
more
I-
questions.
I guess we. I guess we can. I guess we can check with Kruger when we get back. He probably knows these things.
The evil's been defeated.
Alright.
That's great. I hate evil. Evil's my worst enemy.
Yeah, I agree. Evil's never a good thing. Anyway, let's keep going
Why
on
are
these
these
tracks.
guys in front.
I can just feel you dying inside hole.
Yeah.
Look, I wouldn't know what I barely
This
know
always
what
happens. It's
Borderlands
like
is.
me. It's like you just put something in front and then just
No one picks up.
no.
I want to bite.
We're pursuing a thief on horseback,
Yeah.
and I don't know what the evil is.
Maybe the evil is
Just
the
a-
thief.
Random old dude on his way back home.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. You've made your decision. He's
Yeah,
going back.
we're
so
galloping
go
off.
for it. Yep.
We
You
got
guys
business and
continue to
stuff.
fight against these gale force winds, and your horses begin to slow gradually after about 6 hours or so of travel.
We haven't caught up on this guy on fucking foot. We're on horses.
No, trail still seems to
Do
head
we
onwards.
pass the Herald eventually? Because like they were ahead of us, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, after I'd say you guys probably within half an hour of each other, or
Yeah.
are you trying to
I
keep
imagine-
close? Or
Why
are
are
you
we?
trying to
Oh wait.
I
these
imagine we
guys
wouldn't
were
be
ahead,
that
yeah.
much
Yeah,
further
they're
because we're
ahead of us.
traveling at a similar
Yeah.
speed, but like
Sure.
I imagine that Julian and I are just like pushing it a bit hard because we don't have wagons
Are you
and
staying
stuff.
in eye line of each other? Okay.
We're just trying to get the thief, right?
Us.
No, of the caravan.
Of the
Oh
caravans.
no, we're just
We're just doggedly pursuing this thief.
They seem really far away.
Just
oh,
whoosh.
I don't think we'll get lost.
just before we go, like fully away from him, the old man, I would like to cast primeval awareness.
What do
Are there any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fey, fiend, or undead present within 1 mile of you, or within 6 miles? But we're not in our favorite terrain, so just 1 mile. Is he just a dude? Or is it worse than that? Is there like a demon in a bush?
He is the
Just-
evil.
Yeah. Is there?
6
What are
adult red
you-
dragons.
What are you casting, sorry?
Primeval awareness.
It's not a spell.
uh,
It's ranger feature.
ability.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just going into the character though. Give me a second.
It takes up the spell slot, but it just it doesn't tell me the creature's location or number, just their existence.
Yeah. I'm also trying to think. 1 mile is pretty close by.
So you pick up basically everything that isn't a humanoid.
How many miles can someone travel in a day on a horse?
I believe it's 24.
So this guy, 4 hours ahead of us, has covered the distance of a horse.
Maybe he is a horse.
Ooh.
A centaur?
Fastest foot.
That's
fastest
why
foot.
2 of the things are gone and he's just walking like
He transformed from centaur into person.
Or minotaur?
No, just rocks
No,
up,
because
level
with
like
Centaur, we want the
Oh,
full
yeah.
length
the
of
children's
arm.
like, fuck, other way.
Yeah, but they were walking side by side. Was it like walking
Yeah,
horizontally?
walking.
A horizontal centaur.
Jazz horse.
Now it's just doing a handstand. What's it?
Fucking hell. Okay.
Uh-oh, did we break something, Holly?
No, it's okay. I'm just trying to.
6
fine.
adult dragons.
I saw the critical role clip of like it was I think it was the new campaign of them stacking horses on one on top of one another.
That was their Elden Ring one shot, yeah. That was really good.
Horse stack.
Yeah, horse on a horse, horse on a horse, horse
Okay,
on a horse, horse
give me
on
a
horse.
second. I gotta do some addition.
I think there might be something
Shenanigans.
within a mile.
Yeah.
Oh
maybe.
no.
It's gonna be scarier if Holly turns to us and goes, No.
There's nothing. It's fine.
Not within a mile.
Oh yeah, there's a demon around. It's like, I'm sorry, a what?
Within a mile, there is perhaps an abyssal creature. What direction?
Okay, so theoretically, at a fast pace, you guys could travel 8 miles in an hour.
Okay.
So
So we should be gaining on a foot guy, right?
On a foot guy.
But we
Foot
already
man.
said that it's a horse.
I thought it was a guy on foot.
Well, you
No.
can
It is
stand
a-
amongst one
It's
another.
It's a horse.
Sorry, it's a horse on foot.
That stole all our possessions.
That walks like a little jazz man.
okay,
A little jazz man.
your spell
Yeah.
does not ping.
Oh, that's good.
That's terrifying.
No, it's good.
That's good. That means there's nothing dangerous around.
Yeah, one of the things that this is dragons. I don't want to encounter an ancient red dragon right
Yeah,
now.
there's a dragon in a mile.
Just
of
it's
you.
like a level 3 cleric, just like, oh, sup, evildoer. We're ready to do battle. Just annihilate.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, so within a
Fine.
mile of you, it doesn't appear to trigger anything.
Do I guess I'm still within a mile of the old man?
I would say probably not. He's traveling. He's pushing forward against gale force winds, so he's moving very slowly. But you guys are also on horseback, so I would say because you left him so suddenly, I wouldn't say that you would be.
Okay.
It would take you probably what, like
Yeah.
15 minutes to travel further than a mile away.
Yeah. Are the footprints still there?
They are still there.
Cool.
Is
Okay.
the man traveling against or with the wind?
Again.
Against.
Yes, against the wind.
So we're traveling with the wind?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So eventually, you guys do come upon this struggling older gentleman who's kind of still trying to pull his hat now with both hands down. Gives you all a nod and kind of begins to head past.
Hi, are you okay? You seem to be really, battling the wind and whatnot.
You don't say!
Nice.
You don't say! He shouts back and kind
I
of
know,
continues
capable
to
of
push
power.
forward.
Where are you off to?
Down to Rumbellium!
Did you by it was gray, right? Did you by chance happen to see someone in gray cloth that had like a couple of swords and other knickknacks on them, going this direction?
Well, I saw some weird fellows on horseback, but nobody in gray.
Oh,
No, we know them.
they're with us. They're with us. They're looking for people. They stole from this cart. We're trying to see if we can catch up to them.
No, sorry, I didn't see anybody.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope you get to where are you off to again? Rumbellion?
Rumbellion.
I hope
yeah.
you get there safely. Wait, do I notice that he's from the kingdom of Acheron with all his attire and stuff like that?
Yes, you probably
Okay.
would. Yeah.
You're a long way from home.
So I'm told I'm a herald, and Pat's kind of the herald's crest. You can see that there
Ah.
are 2 kind of cross bugles, bisected by a sword.
Hell yeah. Well, a herald. Well, you got any news?
What?
Nothing. I'm thinking of something stupid in my head.
What's
Keep
the
going.
What's the latest word? Anything?
Well, the evil's been defeated down in Soltaran Borderlands, World of Luck Battalion.
Though,
The
What's
evil?
the evil?
do I know what this evil is?
Roll a roll a straight intelligence check for me, please.
Hey, Knight, help. Yeah.
9.
Evil could mean a lot of things. This is an old guy. I mean, he hasn't elaborated.
What do you mean evil? Like monsters and stuff?
Yeah, they slayed that dragon, whatever his name was, that was in the Soltaran Borderlands.
They slayed a dragon?
They got a dragon?
Wait, I heard dragon. What did they do to
Pops out of the side of a car. Dragon.
the dragon?
Imagine
What happened to the dragon?
It's dead
Imagine
now.
dragon balls.
I mean, well, apparently there was kind of. Do you mind if I? And it points to the wagon. It's kind of still being battered around by the wind. He's kind
Also,
of
what else
shouting after
I
you.
was contemplating tossing it like a copper coin and seeing if I could convince him to take both hands off his hat so his hat would fly away.
Oh, that's evil.
But I won't because now
Bobby
he's...
hat is still being like pressed completely, like the leather sides of the hat's like relatively wide brim, and he's kind of pulling it tight against his ears. Kind of gesturing to the wagon. It's probably be an easier conversation out of the wind.
Yeah, come on in
come
real
in,
quick.
come in.
Yeah, he still keeps one hand and kind of pulls himself up. Takes his hat off and kind of sits next to you. But didn't you guys hear that there was a dragon?
No,
We're a little bit out of the loop, unfortunately. We've been traveling for a little while. Wait, there was a dragon?
Yeah, the Soltar Borderlands. You guys, it was pretty
Why?
big deal.
Why was
The
it evil?
entire-
And who killed it?
I mean, I don't know the specifics. All I know is that the Worldlock Battalion was, you know, they were conscripting people in the Kingdom of Acheron to go down and help, but the Prussian Empire, as far as I know, well, I came around the other way, through Sprockerot, but as far as I know, they've been conscripting people for the Prussian Empire as well, and sending a lot of Grimoisian Legion higher-ups down there as well, trying to kill this dragon. Apparently it's been raising cities in the north of the Crown
Poor
World Wilderness.
dragon.
That's awesome.
Poor dragon.
Yeah.
Thousands of people have died. What the hell is wrong with
Yeah,
you?
and now a dragon has
Now
died.
a dragon's worth at least 2,000 people. Like, let's be real.
Don't.
Well, my work here is done, and kind of pulls the hat back on his
Sorry,
head and
he's.
hops back down to the ground.
Look, like,
Sorry
if
about
you
pleasure
gave me a
doing
choice
business.
between a dragon and 2,000 people,
I would choose the people
I
because
struggle-
I'm not
I
a
struggle
fucking
with myself.
psycho. and
He's got a weird obsession with dragons. If that wasn't obvious.
I proceed to do the coin thing that I do. Can I, like, persuade
Well,
him?
he's standing at the back of the wagon now. He's hopped down and kind of.
Is he still holding his hat?
Well, okay. Throw the coin.
Okay, I throw the coin.
hat is on him. Sure.
It's just a copper coin.
He's standing facing you now, so when you go to flick the coin at him, it immediately just smacks you in the
Did he drop the hat?
No, he's got the hat. It smacks you in the forehead because the direction
Oh, the
of
wind.
is
Oh, wait, I thought we were going with the wind.
You are going with the
we are
wind.
going with
He's
the wind. Yeah,
standing
yeah, yeah.
facing towards
That's
you.
not strong.
It's gale force winds.
True. Yeah, awesome.
You watch as this copper coin that Dilbert goes to flick towards.
No one knows
herald-
my intentions except for me.
Why did you?
I could have been trying to be nice.
Immediately is caught in the air, stalling for a second before it hones back in straight to ping off Dilbert's forehead and kind of clutter to the ground.
What was that? Why'd you
I
do
was
that?
trying to be nice.
By throwing a coin?
Yeah, I wanted to give him a coin.
Inside check.
For giving the good news.
Inside check.
Good news.
16.
16, I'd say you probably get a good idea that there was something untoward.
Can I roll a stealth? Can I stealth that? Or is that not
Deception.
stealth? Is it
Deception check.
deception? I don't think I have high deception.
Yeah, roll a
Good
deception
roll.
check.
It's gonna be
You're higher than a 16.
Nope.
No.
Six- Not cool, man. He's just an old
What
herald.
do you mean not cool?
You, Dilbert, I've known you for a couple of days now. You're
look,
mischievous.
I wasn't
For a
trying to
couple
be rude. I just want to give him a coin.
You were throwing
Sure.
it at him. You weren't
I'm
giving it.
rubbing my head.
Holly, what was the what was the name of the group that that killed this evil dragon again?
The Worldlock Battalion.
The Well-Lock. Thank you.
So WELD.
Add to list of
LOCK.
enemies.
The Well-Lock Battalion.
Yep.
What do I know anything about the Well-Lock Battalion?
Roll a history check for me, please.
Thank you. I would love to.
The Worldlock battalions are now in my list of enemies.
You have a list of enemies you hit list.
Shoot.
Well, they hate dragons, so I hate them.
You don't know that they hate dragons.
Well, they killed the dragon.
They might have a dragon. There are some good dragons out there.
Yeah.
That's good.
We're still, as of right now, they are my enemy.
Very well. What did you roll?
A 6.
A 6.
Unfortunately.
With a 6, you know that the Worldlock Battalion is assigned to the Soltaran borderlands as a defense. It was established after the threat of the Kingdom of Acheron. um, invading the Prussian Empire was diminished as creatures began to come down from the Dawn Vale and kind of lay siege through that area of the Sultaran borderlands. So it became a joint effort between the Kingdom of Acheron and the Prussian Empire. They're kind of the infantry or foot soldiers that kind of skirmish in these parts to ensure that the threat of these monsters doesn't extend past the borderlands.
Okay. The foot soldiers. Awesome. Ah, the Weldlarks. That's right. Yeah, they're like your typical military go get 'em, fight monsters sort of thing. Oh, well that must have been real a feat and a half to kill a dragon.
I hate them.
Dilbert,
I'm like pouting.
You do
Me
right.
too.
Because I hit myself with a coin and now I'm sad.
Is it like how hard did it hit him? Is it like a coin mark
My
in the middle
skin's
of his
red. I've got red scales, so you wouldn't be able to
But
see
is it like slight indents in your skin?
like comical indents
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my
You can see
head?
that there's a very faint outline of like the striated part of the coin.
Ow! How hard did it hit me?
It's Gale Force winds. But other than that, there's not like a red mark or anything, just like a brief kind of...
I want to pass medicine thing, so I walk out and just immediately see people's wounds. I come back and it's just like, why do you have a bruise on your head? What happened?
Wait.
Um,
I can use a reaction to deflect or catch missiles like a projectile.
Oh, too late
No,
now. It's
too late
happened.
now.
Next time.
Next
I
time.
should have been like that.
Dilbert the coin catcher.
Yeah, right. Wait,
a fun trick.
can I now, using that, like, try and redeem myself by playing catch with the wind?
Sure.
By now throwing-
Roll just a flat dexterity check for me, please.
Without, can I add?
So
my-
there's no proficiency, but you're adding your...
Just your dex modifier.
Oh, okay. 19.
The 19, I'd say, because of how strong these winds are, and they're still picking up more and more, you can see that the grass is kind of in waves of green being pushed from side to side and kind of flattened almost completely. You can see that the coins begin to stall in the air and then fly back towards you, and it's relatively easy to kind of, almost like a yo-yo, begin to throw them out and then catch them and create a bit of a game for yourself.
Amusement for the ride.
Yeah. As you guys continue onwards, you see that these gale force winds have kind of accumulated in at the crest of a nearby hill and begin to kind of almost whirlpool around.
Oh fuck.
Good night.
Beginning to kind of swirl.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
You
Yep.
can see that there are clusters of wildflowers that are being kind of lifted up out of the ground.
Is this a not Abelard June problem? It's a wagon team problem.
So you both notice it. It is not, doesn't seem, it's not in your direct vicinity.
Ah, cool.
It's closer towards the edge of the Raised Bend Peaks at this point.
Aha, cool. Not our problem then.
But you can see that there is definitely an accumulation of these winds kind of picking up into a storm, kind of swirling around.
So
and
everybody
lifting-
sees this,
Yeah,
despite us all
everybody
being like the
sees it.
distance. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd see it roughly at the same time, but you'd be in different positions.
Yeah.
So it would be more towards your right.
Cool.
What's happening with the wind?
That looks kind of like a hurricane or something.
Oh.
Don't worry, it's far away. It shouldn't sweep us away.
That's what one gets us, Jesus, for the weather rolls.
Oh, what?
That's one Leo.
I didn't roll a 1. I rolled
That was
Oh, wait, no, it was them. Never mind.
What?
Sorry, I just remember you rolling something.
What's the primordial, the really powerful one? The storm thing? It's one of those.
The storm thing.
Have you not seen it? The storm dragon primordial?
No.
Yo,
Came out
another
recently.
dragon.
Anyway, yeah. Well, it's basically that. It's like a CR30 creature. It's just one of those.
Ah,
The hill.
cool.
Just
Yay.
chilling.
Yeah, just chill.
Oh, Yeah, the Tempest thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
It's
cool.
just the storm giants, just having some fun.
Where? Giants?
Okay, so I'm assuming you guys are just going to continue on.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you notice that the footsteps. Actually, roll another survival check for me, please.
You helping? I think it's +3 for survival. Yep.
Another nat
That's
20.
another nat 20. I have done 3 survival checks, all with a natural 20.
Wow.
Dude, that dice busted.
Well,
You
it's
can see
each die
that
switching.
The wind has picked up to the point that this dirt path that you were following has completely is billowing around and kind of obscuring the actual impression of these footsteps. But you do notice that they almost seem to get lighter after a while. So where there was kind of a set depression sunken into the ground for the footsteps, it no longer seems to have as much weight behind it.
Does it look like faulted off the path at all?
No, it looks like they've just been keeping to the left-hand side of this dirt path that you guys have been traveling on. Doesn't seem to have stopped at any point. It just seems to be walking onwards.
Are they getting older or fresher as we get closer?
Roll actually with a natural 20. It's hard to tell because when you first started following this trail, it was torrential rain that was affecting how it looked. You assume they do seem to get. You assume they're getting fresher as you go on, but it doesn't seem like the amount of time that you guys have travelled and how you should have caught up to them so far. It doesn't seem like it's in the normal time frame. You would expect you'd be upon them or you'd have passed them at this point. But it seems like they've been this way for maybe, with a natural 20, say probably about 2 hours.
So we're gaining slowly.
You assume so.
Is there any foliage next to where they suddenly became lighter?
Roll a perception check for me, please.
Will do.
I'll help with that.
Okay. A 17 and a
Nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Does it is.
No, you don't see any foliage. You don't see any foliage nearby. You do see that in the distance it looks like there's another thicket that's kind of set up. This one seems to be bigger than the last one that you guys have made camp in. And you can see that within that 20, you can see that there was a campfire on the outskirts. Though it appears to have been, there's no actual fire there, but you can see kind of a rock formation in a circle.
And that's ahead of us.
Yep.
Oh, awesome. So that means they stopped for a second, which gives us a little bit further than 2
Yeah.
hours. No thicket, so it's not like they suddenly got lighter because they dumped all their stuff, which sucks for us. But so they're getting lighter. What does that mean?
Getting closer, or they're losing things slowly, or they're being attacked by eagles.
Where are the things?
Why is that one?
Oh, they're just eagles just
That's
stealing all the
genuinely an
belongings.
option, actually.
They're just losing flesh.
Look up! There's eagles in the sky with swords and shit.
Flying shit away, that's genuinely an option
Yeah.
that I hadn't considered. No, I was thinking
I mean,
shape changing.
I don't know about eagles, but they're on gale force winds, so we might have carried.
Oh, the fabric and stuff is just flying off.
Yeah, maybe.
Only we would have.
We look up and see the thief just being dragged away by a whole bunch of spools of fabric. I've made a mistake.
See, in the nearby tornado, there's bolts of fabric.
Well, to the first tornado, it's time to go get the fabric back.
I look upwards and there's all the missing loot. Just one big tornado.
Yeah, you're in the heart of the hurricane now.
We're just fighting with it.
Taking
Anyway,
you guys down. all
I
the
guess we
way.
just keep going forward, right?
Yeah, do you want to take a quick peek, see if they're sleeping at their camp? I don't think it's likely. I just don't think it's likely for luck reasons, not for any logical reasons.
I guess we'll go have a look at the camp.
But like only a quick look, because I don't
Yeah.
think there's any more time that we have to.
Roll an investigation check for me, please.
Would you do the honors? Because
Do you have better than a +0 on investigation?
+0, rough gig, buddy.
Well, I don't have intelligence.
Rough gig, buddy.
Feels bad, man.
I'll give you
That's
advantage.
Yeah. Okay, we're rolling.
So I'll help you.
What shall wish nonsense?
I hope it's better than that one.
That one's a 4.
What is this one?
What is this
Oh.
like?
That one's a 10, which is generally like past the middle. shit
This
roll.
seems like a deserted campsite. There seems to be smouldering embers. They don't seem fresh. It seems like this is at least... Actually, with a 10, it doesn't look like there's a fire here, but there was at one point.
Cool.
That's fair.
Get out!
Forward we go. Just storming
Okay.
forward.
Yep, you guys eventually, you're still following the trail. It gets to nightfall. You don't encounter anything. You can see that the tornado eventually kind of heads in towards you guys this way, so towards Canaan and Tuttle's that direction, towards the Ashford Steps,
Okay.
Oh,
away
well.
from you.
At least it's not towards us.
It's gonna fuck up your home crew.
With all of their broken swords.
My entire family are murdered by a tornado with swords.
Eventually, night begins to fall. The sun begins to set. The wind is still strong, but it's cut down from gale force winds. So, unfortunately, your coin game is destroyed.
You just throw a coin out of the wagon, right? It's like,
Do I lose the coin out the window and I'm just kind of like, oh.
It's nighttime as well,
So-
right? So you just throw the coin out to the night.
Expecting it to come back and then it just doesn't. I'm like, oh.
So, the strong winds, you begin to throw out the coin again, and instead of traveling as far as you expect it to go, it kind of just hovers at the edge of the wagon and kind of ting, and then clatters back onto the wagon.
I kind
So
of just
you
look
don't
at it
lose
sadly.
it. You don't lose it, but it does on the edge of the wagon.
Oh,
Kind of
okay.
sit there.
I kick it off the wagon.
right.
You
Just
did
a copper coin.
Just for fun.
Yeah, I just kick it off. I'm like,
Some farmers have to work very hard for a copper coin.
You watch as this coin kind of bounces and then rolls and passes
Like
in
a
a large
copper
arc
arrow,
before it
yeah,
begins to
yes.
kind of
yeah,
settle.
I'm going to.
Okay, so eventually night begins to fall. You see that Miriam calls back to you. We're gonna make some camp. I think that'd be a smart idea based on the way that the world's turning at the moment. So you can kind of look out for a nearby place to rest. What would you guys like to do?
Do you want to travel through the night? I reckon we can
Yeah.
push through one night. You push through more nights than I can, but I reckon I can make
Yeah.
it one night.
We'll keep going.
Okay, do either of you have dark vision?
Yeah, I think we both got dark.
I don't have dark vision.
Oh, you don't have dark
I would just cast light on myself.
Wait, no, don't you dare.
Well, because I'm gonna fall over.
Well, hang on.
otherwise.
You're on the
The
horse.
horses need to see as well.
Yeah.
But do they?
Yes.
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 Because you're a tiefling, so you got dark vision. But I don't.
You'd have dark vision.
I do have dark vision.
Anyway, I'll cast light on like.
Okay, so you're traveling through the night?
Yeah.
Sure. For the rest of you guys...
Did you ever come back to tell us this?
No,
Okay.
Bye,
Like,
guys.
we're riding forward. We're gonna get that stuff. We're gonna come back.
Okay, so for the
Be
rest
the
of you guys,
heroes.
Miriam is scanning the horizon, and actually eventually you come upon the thicket that they had kind of blown past, and she begins to steer the wagons towards that area. It's
Mm.
more densely populated with trees, and the leaves are kind of in a thicker canopy, so it looks like better shelter than you had the first night, and kind of goes about setting up camp. So what about your friends? Shouldn't we be expecting them at some point?
well, you'd think that, wouldn't you? Knowing them, they're probably gonna not stop until they find the perps. Yeah.
But wouldn't
Yeah.
the responsible thing to be to come
To rest?
back?
I'm sure they'll
Jury's
catch these
there.
bastards. Well, hopefully they come back during one of our watches.
Okay, so you're setting up watches then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not letting what happened
We
yesterday
blend this
again. Promise you that.
Sure, I'm happy to take shift, Alisam, because he's been kind of leading the horses for the big wagon. I think that you should take a rest, so it'll just be how many? The 6 of us.
Yeah,
As of note, elves only need 4 hours of rest as well.
that's true.
They open a curtain, it's this robot looking at them, it just wakes up like,
Oh,
oh, hello there.
Like a weird Pinocchio, it's just like, hello there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's some horror movie
You
level
just
shit.
Kind of linger in the A pose.
Just a sparking wire just hanging from your arm.
So you can stand watch. Is everybody else taking a watch, or
Miriam, are you gonna? So if you're gonna take first watch, I'll take second watch.
I
if you
can
want.
sleep for 4 hours and then watch the rest of the time.
I'll sleep.
Wait.
Okay. So we're all
Oh no, that's an
8 hours.
that's an
so,
elf thing. That's an
yeah.
elf thing.
It's an elf thing. Just kidding, that was a character. Sorry.
Okay, so we're only gonna be taking 8 hours. So I assume A9 is gonna be.
I'll try to keep a closer watch than last time.
So you're gonna be watching the whole time though, or?
You can only passively watch, I don't think you can make a check to
Yeah,
watch that.
because you're still inert. Like, you're not unconscious, but you're not like you can't do things.
So if you put like a lantern in front of you and then just stand there and stare, that counts.
I don't need to sleep, do I? So I can just.
Well,
just watch the whole time.
you need to rest because you could still suffer exhaustion like a normal person. Oh yeah, yeah. Nobody's immune to exhaustion.
How are the horses looking?
Well, I was for you guys. I'll get to that in a second.
You still need to rest. You might not need to sleep, but you still need to take like a long rest.
I don't know if you can suffer exhaustion because I'm pretty sure that's part of the build of the coffee warlock or whatever they call it.
The coffee lock.
Yeah, the coffee lock is using Warforged specifically for that factor.
No, Warforged can still get exhaustion.
Yeah, they still get exhaustion.
Yeah,
Everybody
the
gets exhaustion.
coffee lock's there because it's like a short rest thing. The way you break it is you make them take long rests.
Yeah.
Okay, so for you guys, you're pushing on through the night. I will say, because I don't want to punish you too much, horses have a 60-foot movement speed. So if you're running them for the whole day without a break, you're probably going to kill a horse. So I would
I imagine.
suggest slowing the speed or stopping at least for an hour.
I guess we could slow
Because
it.
you don't want to run for a full 24 hours.
Yeah.
Because the way that I see it, if you're running a horse for that amount of time,
You better take care of Spirit.
I guess we
the
so.
horse would die.
I guess.
Spirit will be very literal soon.
I guess we can slow it down to like like
Well-
normal movement speed, right? At 30 foot or something like that.
I don't know. We're being constantly outpaced by these guys.
But like we do need to give the horses a break. We are gaining on them, so we just need to slow it to their speed, basically.
I think we need to
I mean-
take
It's up to
an
you.
hour break.
I will. The way that I'll run it is that I'll say for 12 hours you can run a horse at top speed, but after that 12 hours, which it has been at this point, the horses are going to stop cooperating. So you're going to either have to roll animal handling checks, or if you succeed on that animal handling check, the horses won't necessarily disobey you, but you
They'll
will
be
be
slower.
doing damage to the horses and
How-
they will be running slower.
How
progressively
long
over
will
that.
we have to stop for? Like an hour?
I'd say so, probably just so the horses can drink water,
Does
eat.
does it look like that they're slowing down as well? Because I imagine they've got fatigue as well.
The horses would, yeah.
Or the tracks and stuff. Like would they be?
Also, I reckon we take the hour break. I think
Yeah.
that's the more economic decision.
roll an investigation check for me, please.
Would it help?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to roll the investigation check? 'Cause you got the better
Oh,
stat.
sure,
So
yeah,
what are
yeah.
you doing to help though?
And down we're checking the tracks, right? So we're just.
I guess
really-
I'll be
Oh,
doing
God, I
using
stand
like more survival kind of thing, military tracking skills, being like, hey, if you look at these,
both be fingering the dirt, being like,
I'll poke the nose in.
Is that how you
Rather
look
than-
at tracks?
no, it's the same.
Not again, please.
Not
Fuck's sake.
6.
I need to stop letting you
6?
roll.
Fuck you.
Okay, with the 6, it's too hard to tell. There's
Yeah.
already light impressions that are being made of boots, but it's too hard to tell if they're getting fatigued.
Alright. I guess we take an hour
You
break.
assume that you're
Where?
keeping the same pace, though,
Cool.
as them.
I guess we'll take an hour break.
Now break.
Sure. An hour break and then you're continuing on?
Yep.
Okay, roll an animal handling check for me, please, both of you.
Can we help you?
No.
21.
One for each one.
Damn.
9.
9?
We got some
What did
dead
you get?
horses on our
21.
hands.
21. The 21 spirit seems to have a bit more gusto still, and kind of easily drops down the pace.
Can
And then as you start back up again, what were you going to say, Lucky?
can I like use any spells to help improve Eclipse? Can I use any healing magic to like kind of substitute the health
It's got
damage?
internal bleedings.
But yeah, no, I'm basically just keeping them drugged down.
You giving the horse ketamine or something like that?
I could use bless.
That'd be
If you did
awesome.
that'd
Bless.
put them to sleep. so-
Bless.
okay.
I mean,
Bless
is a
gives them like a
horse
D4 for
tranquil-
like
It
saving
literally-
throws and
Yes,
stuff
I know
like that. So you can improve their constitution
Yeah.
saves with
Yeah.
them.
Tranquilizer.
Okay, so here's what I'll say: the horse isn't dying. it's not
Okay.
dying at the moment. You have rested it, so it's not. It doesn't appear injured. With the 9, the animal handling check was more to see if they would pick up the exact same speed. So with the 21, as you come back from your hour break, spirit immediately picks back up the same speed. Seems to settle back into it and understand that you want the same kind of top speed as before. But for Eclipse, it takes a little while, so you'd be traveling a little bit slower for about an hour.
Could
Then
I
eventually recovers.
attempt to reduce that? I want to cast Beast Bond on Eclipse.
The horse is tired. It's exhausted. It's not. If Beast Bond is not going to do anything. You'll just be speaking to it.
Yeah, no, I was just going to try and convince it.
No.
That's
not how this
someone
works.
not to be
Nice.
tired.
Yeah.
No, nice try. I would let you do it if it wasn't a situation where you'd already been running for 12 hours. If you were trying to get the horse to move faster, then you could use Beast Bond or something
Right.
like that. But because you've already done an animal handling roll,
Yeah.
you did as well.
Sure.
I'm going to say for this time. Next time you can try it, but for this time,
Yeah.
it'd be an hour at a reduced pace. I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, that's
What I
fair.
would have done was done like a sort of pre-workout, like yeah, you know, slap it on the shoulders, be like, you ain't no pussy. really get into the toxic masculinity of it to try and force it a little longer.
Most of
Well,
really
the
should-
horse is still running. Don't you dare do that.
Yeah.
Just not at the same speed
Yeah.
as it was before. It'll
It's
take
fine
an
as long
hour
as we're
to
keeping
do.
pace. It's like we'll gain slowly.
Yep.
One vibes.
Whilst we're going, can I have a look at the blueprint and see if it's a human we're chasing? Like whether or not this is a person. Just like
Actually, roll a perception check for me, please.
cool.
Do you have dark vision?
Nope, I've got the light cantrip. I'm just glowing. Throw a bit of area around me.
Sure.
Do you want to do the perception check if you got dark vision?
I don't think it's any more useful. If you've got the light catcher, I think we're not.
Okay, I should be able to see the
Fine,
footprints
it's
at least.
fine, yep.
Yeah, cool.
You won't roll with disadvantage.
You
I
want
was
to
just
help with
checking.
perception or?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
See.
Well, that one's cocked. Do I just? Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Anyway, 17.
Okay. With a 17, you notice that the boot prints do seem humanoid. It's hard to tell because it is the shape of a boot to see whether or not it's an actual human or if they're another humanoid. But you do notice that with the wind having settled, you can hear faint, what appears to be footfalls in the distance.
Let's keep moving forward.
Where?
You don't see a figure at the moment, but you can hear footfalls.
Guess we keep going then. I'll
Sure.
if the footfalls stop, we can stop and.
How far ahead do they sound?
Did you roll as well for the perception?
No, it's just me.
No.
You
Like,
helped.
Are they off in the distance, or are they like nearby footprints?
They're off in the distance,
Okay.
you think.
I guess we keep going.
They're relatively close to you because you can hear them,
Yeah, I was
but
gonna say that's some
Yeah.
big feet.
they're not. It's not like they're not right upon you
Alright.
type of thing.
I guess we keep going.
Eventually, after about another hour of travel, the footprints stop.
Do we still hear the footfalls?
You do.
Are they ahead of us?
They sound like they're behind you.
Let's flip around, I guess.
Roll a survival check for me, please.
Do you want to help?
Yeah, I'd love to help.
Terrifying.
I love to
Scary.
help.
What the flip?
Well, that one is cocked.
That's a 5.
Reroll that.
Yeah, that's in between two things. It's not rolled. That's better. 22.
22. With 22, you scan the horizon, and the faint glow from your light appears to pick up on a shimmer, and then it's gone
A shimmer
behind you, and then it's gone.
Do we
It
still
seems to be off to the right,
in the bushes or something.
not in the bushes. It just appears to be across a plain of grass.
Can I point it out?
I would like to cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
Each object within a 20-foot cube within range. Wait, sorry. First, I would like to clarify how close are we to the shimmer?
How close do you want to be? At the
I wanna be
moment you
within-
see it, I would say probably 60 feet away.
Oh, yikes.
Perfect. No, that's your range is 60. It's a 60-foot range,
Oh, awesome.
so you can cast it on him.
Cool. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in a light if it fails a dexterity saving throw, which is 11.
And how big is it?
It's a 20-foot cube, so any creatures within the fairy fire that fail a deck save get
So
caught
Okay.
in it.
Point at the shimmer.
Sure. And how... So... How long does it last?
I believe it lasts
A minute.
concentration up to a minute.
Okay. And you said it's a dex saving throw?
Yes.
Okay.
How many dice does Holly roll?
I see. What is the saving throw? What's
11.
the saving DC?
11.
Okay. And do I...
That is quite low.
Do they take half damage?
It's no damage. It's
No,
just
just-
if they're invisible, they're revealed.
It just outlines them in light.
Okay. If they're within it, so
Yeah.
is that if they succeed or just it
If they
reveals them?
fail the dex saving throw, then they're outlined in light.
Okay. You catch a faint outline on the very edge of the cube, but you only see. It looks like an arm. They're halfway in, halfway out.
Can I run up and try to grab it?
Sure. Roll a strength check for me with disadvantage.
That doesn't shock me, because strength is not my strength either.
Why would you grab it?
Okay.
Oh no.
That is a...
I think that's a 5 there, buddy. Was
Yeah.
that a 6?
That's a 5.
You need
4. 4 on the strength check. Watch me succeed. Guys are like 2.
With a 4, you dismount your horse hurriedly, begin to bound across, and as you go to leap forward and seize the outline, you watch as the outline steps back just out of your reach and you tumble to the ground
Fairy fire is a constant, right?
Yeah,
for a minute.
I don't believe it affects the cube exclusively. Like, it's like a status effect that hits everything within the cube.
Okay, hang
And
on, let me
then,
look
like,
up
yeah.
Fairy Fire.
Yeah, so it's just got permanent outline.
For
so
a minute.
once it's been affected, it's
Give me a sec.
affected.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling that one of you, that you two are in trouble.
Oh
That's
yeah.
fine. Worst
There's
comes
like
to worst,
9
we're
of them.
fine.
It's just like, fuck.
Yeah. Why did
If
you
it's a
keep, why
beast,
did
we
you
can
keep
talk to
running?
it.
I want the stuff back.
Yeah, but
I'm a-
like you should have at least warned us. We got,
You're
like,
We would have run out of time.
Where I'm a
gotten like the 2 smallies at least.
I'm a
But
I'm
they
a
might
bulwark of
die.
justice. As far as we knew, there's
least
only
it's
2 of
cleric.
them.
Look, if one of them dies,
They both have healing stuff. You know.
We do. But
Yeah,
we're just
Sure, so
Drinks
you
with us.
dive for the outline figure, and as you go to leap forward, you watch as the figure sidesteps, and then you feel your arms seized from behind, not by the figure, by another figure. Oh,
Huh.
you can't see them though. So you are now grappled.
If it's lesser than greater invisibility, if they make any actions against me, they're revealed.
Greater invisibility, it's not.
So if it's just normal invisibility, they're revealed. Because
Yeah.
that's how the normal spell works.
Yeah.
Everyone, give me a second.
There are a lot of rules.
There's a lot of rules with invisibility, and I know them
Up
all.
against a DM.
If it's not greater, they
DM
if they
versus
grab me,
DM.
they become revealed because they lose the concentration.
Correct.
Or it's just cool with invisibility.
Yeah, it
Little
could be
bit.
just a special feature.
Does that affect objects?
It should affect objects and stuff as well.
I'm just asking.
Is this
I
an
don't know
object
what-
attacking you?
What is it that reveals it? For you? Is it
It's
a
basically
spell,
if
or
it's
is it something to do with
well, if
being
it
a
takes an
Kalashtar or what?
action or casts a spell, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you can move invisible, and I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Like with
if
like,
you try to do like an action or like anything.
so
while
like
you're
if it's like a
invisible,
grapple
you,
check
break
or
the spell.
something would reveal you. If you're like picking a lock or something, you'd stay invisible, right? No. If you pick a lock, you.
Any action, you reveal yourself.
I guess I'll just check the invisibility spell.
Yeah.
I'm already doing it. It's all good.
It should specify what actions count and what actions don't count, but I believe grapple is classified as an attack action,
It is.
which would reveal.
Oh, careful, careful.
Watch out.
The screen almost fell down.
It's fine, I know.
Hmm.
Settle down, mother.
Mama. Thank you.
Ooh.
I don't wanna die.
I'm excited to see what creatures
They're
these
not
are.
coming back again this time tomorrow because they're gonna be slayed in the night.
And we are just like blissfully unaware.
Oh no, Krugar's up and looking out in the direction, like while he's on watch. He's like, "Come on, guys."
Oh, this is miles away from you.
I know.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm like, surely they'll be back soon, right?
It's gonna be like
I'm just
tomorrow. We'll be like,
watching the
we'll like
road.
slowly like Tim. We'll be just like, we
I
got
stop-
stuff back. We need to go have a
Stop
nap
playing
now.
my drum again.
I was probably sleeping and you probably woke me up.
I definitely wake everyone up in the morning by playing my drums.
Morning roll call.
Okay.
But not like trying to wake people
That's
up.
so
So,
Just to be annoyed. Like just because
as
I can.
you move forward and you feel your arms being bound to your sides, you watch as slowly the cloak that had kind of had covered the arms begins to ebb away, and you see that there are in place two arms that are kind of clasped over yours, gloves on, dark leather gloves, and kind of what appears to be gauntlets or like leather braces around the wrists, but you're bound from behind.
Cool. Do I get a contested strength check?
You do. Give me just a second.
Abelard, take it. As in, like, stop.
June, what's your DC?
Good
Your
question.
AC?
Low, I believe. Actually 16. That's not too bad.
Your AC is 16 and your spell save DC for Fairy Fire is 11, is that right?
Yes.
Anyway, I'll roll a contested strength save.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll.
Is it a saving throw or just a check?
It's like an athletics. It's like contested
It's-
athletics check or something.
It's just an athletics check for this one.
I think if you're the contestee, you can use acrobatics.
Oh, perfect. If I can use acrobatics.
Oh, up to DM discretion.
Yeah. Can I use acrobatics?
Sure.
Perfect. Never mind, that doesn't help. That's a 5. Roll the 2. Where are the 20s?
As you begin to kind of attempt to shift yourself out of the arms, kind of ducking down, you feel the arms begin to grab tighter onto you. And it becomes a little bit painful. You can feel the breath kind of being choked out of you, though you're not being
Mm.
asphyxiated or anything at the moment. June, for you watch as Abelard is being bound from behind by a large figure, same height as Abelard, but broader shoulders, kind of covered head to toe in what appears to be dark leather cloak. The hood is up. And eventually, Abelard, as you try and slip out of it, you feel a blade pressed against your neck.
Wonderful.
No need to worry.
Is this
I
grapple?
see you've been following us for quite some time.
Yes, I believe you have some stuff that belong to us.
Ho, friend, I say in the distance with thaumaturgy.
Am I grappled or
You're not
restrained?
doing anything? You're just standing there?
Yeah, I'm a distance away. I didn't come after. I just
Are
say
you
ho.
still on your horse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ho, friend. Any response?
Doesn't seem to care about you, really. You can see the head kind of tilt, but the blade presses deeper into Avalon.
Am I?
We're travelling this path as fairly friendly adventurers.
Shot at you.
Why?
Not
No.
talking to you, I'm talking to your little friend here.
Polite conversation, please. I seek you no harm, and neither does my friend. You alarmed us. We need not have any grievances between us.
Okay. As you come to the end of your speech, you feel yourself being pulled out of your saddle.
Can I hold? Or is it too late?
I'm say, do you roll a contested strength check? As I'm assuming you're going to try and hold on.
Where?
Are you also better
And
strength?
I will get you.
Strength than you.
I will get you both to roll initiative for me, please.
Oh shit! Here we go.
That would be an 8.
Am I grappled or restrained currently?
You're grappled.
Cool. That means I can still cast spells, right?
Yeah, you just can't move.
Yeah.
Your speed's 0.
That's fine. What is my... I really fucking hate this guy. Yeah, no. Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Like, so there we go. 13 plus initiative, which is something...
It should be at the top.
Initiative 3, so that's a 16.
It's pretty good.
Oh boy.
I don't know how many there are, but I'm gonna start sending some on fire.
At one point, I'm just like throwing the coin like back at you, just like catch the coin. I'm like,
I'd catch it and then throw it out of the wagon.
Again. The money is...
your monk reflexes are.
Okay.
No,
I'm trying to sleep.
I throw the coin and nothing.
I can hellish rebuke that.
Just
Ow,
take-
ow.
Shot destiny.
Jesus.
That's true.
Wait, no, wait.
Yeah,
Are you throwing coins at like me to try and get them catch them?
Yeah.
I hold up my drum and just put the drum where the coins are. So
So it's just hitting the drums and it's waking me up.
Over 20?
nope.
that's exactly
Guys.
what's going on.
15 to 20?
16.
Would you like me to announce my roll now before we...
Yes, please.
3.
Oh.
That's alright. Initiative don't matter too much until except for the
Yes,
first
it
time.
does.
Except
Yes,
for
what do you
when
mean? Yes, it does.
definitely does.
If
in
you
this
get to go
scenario
first, you can
where
end a
all of
combat
both
encounter
of you
quickly.
could die.
Yeah, but like... it's
And that
only-
20 is the best thing you could ever get. on an
It's only
initiative.
one loss, and then
Ooh,
you're
this
good
is
for
going to
the
be
rest
an
of the time.
interesting encounter for you guys.
I've got a plan already.
You're gonna do one.
I'm going to hurt them.
No, that's not friendly.
I didn't
Oh.
say I was friendly.
Oh my god.
It's a
June.
it's a
June,
two
you
door all
can't
over
be
again.
picky in situations like this.
These
Well, I
bandits
just don't
have-
feel like we've got an advantage in this situation.
Well, no, you don't. But
We
you did.
currently
You
don't
did
have one.
cast a spell on them, and like, oh, well, they're casting shit.
it was fairly fire.
What did you get on your contested?
Yeah.
If I was a threat and you cast any spell on me, I'd be like, oi, the fuck, dog.
Well, I'd say grow a spine. Grow a spine.
Yeah.
No.
I hate you.
Why was there only one set of footprints?
We're about to find out that
I'm-
mystery.
I'm calling bullshit magic.
When you look down next
Oh,
to
pass without a trace.
there's a second set of feet.
That makes
And
sense.
that's Jesus.
It's been Jesus all
But
along.
no, but then you wouldn't find them at all. It completely covers all tracks past that.
Oh, true. Maybe one of them just fucked up.
Maybe
Maybe
one
it's
of them just
piggyback.
stood still until you passed and then continued. Never look back behind you if the footsteps continued.
True.
They
So-
could just have stood
You
there
guys will
invisible.
encounter them.
Up first, we have the bandit is still pulling you off. So you're not grappled at the moment, but you're
Yeah.
being pulled off the saddle of the horse. I'm not in the mood to joke. This is serious.
Die. Yeah.
This
Um,
is serious.
This may be a kill.
You can see that the faces are completely covered by what appears to be a leather mask, almost a bandana that kind of reaches just kind of above the nose. The eyes are visible, and you can see what appears to be an orc that is pulling you down onto the ground.
Okay.
Abelard, you are still being grappled by. Yeah. Give me a second.
Grapples just until I break, right? Or kill them.
Just yeah.
Killing is the preferable option.
I agree.
Well, I mean, on the upside, they can still technically attack you.
Yeah, they just don't get advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't get advantage. They don't get advantage. You're a speed 0. If you're restrained, then they get advantage.
And if they try further, and I get another saving throw to break it. It's fine. I got plans.
It's killing time.
Ooh, time to
Yeah,
commit
yeah.
injury. I'm just tossing. Ooh,
What?
fuck! I
Oh,
just realized I can
Nobby.
finally use this
Jesus,
spell.
screen is just oh no.
I can just use this spell.
What is
I'm
it?
trying to like be silently laugh, but it just says oh no.
Or nor.
Oh no.
Or nor.
Oh no.
Okay.
It won't go.
So
Oh,
you are being you're being grappled from behind, Abelard, and as this bandit is kind of beginning to tighten their grip on you, you feel the blade from behind press deeper, but you also see one appear before you.
Oh.
And what is your AC?
18.
I rolled a 16, so it doesn't hit. Oh, you watch as a sword begins to kind of carve across your front, glancing off your armor. A similarly dressed figure is revealed before you, kind of clad in, it appears to be well-worn, kind of mottled leather. It's kind of piecemeal in that there's different pieces that are kind of made to fit and kind of cobbled together. It's not a fine set of armor, but it covers the bottom of their face, and you can just see that there are kind of dark eyes staring at you. And you now have one sword kind of pressed to your neck and another one pressed just
Cool.
ahead of you. Right. Okay. And the bandit from behind that was grappling you is going to now attempt to strike you with it.
Mm.
That was a 15, so it does not hit.
Cool.
But as you kind of stretch backwards, your head just kind of... you can feel a faint scratch against you, but it doesn't do any real damage. As you kind of slip just out of the way of that attack. So Abelard, you're up next.
Cool. I wish to cast Inflict Wounds at 2nd level.
Okay. Who are you casting it on?
The guy grabbing me.
Sure.
19 to hit.
19 does hit, yep.
Perfect. And that's 4d10 damage.
Inflict wounds is a very good first.
12. 12. 16.
Is it
21 damage to the guy grabbing me.
Oh my god.
That's a very good first level spell. And it's only better when you
Inflict wound. What's
upcast
the
it.
flavor of inflict wound?
It's necrotic. I'm draining the very life from him.
Oh man. Oh my
I
God.
do not like
Oh,
this.
Jesus.
I grab him by the face and I drain.
You drain. You just
I just start draining his
watch
life
the
force.
fucking- watch
He's
his
like
face like
a-
shrivel and shrink down.
What's the Harry Potter thing? Dementor draining
Yeah.
you from
You
his
suck. You're like sucking it in.
That comes later on down
So,
the light.
what does it look like as you begin to inflict?
I just grab him by the face and like wounds start opening across his face and stuff like that as I drain the health from him.
Sure. So you watch as the light begins to kind of ebb out of this figure's eyes as you reach up behind you, kind of almost warts or kind of like growths appear on his face and begin to kind of suck away the Xander.
Nothing.
Begin to kind of suck the life out of him. does seem to still be standing, though the grip slackens slightly. Does that end your turn? Or would you
Yep.
like-
That's all.
Sure.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
That was very good.
I was just like, perfect. I've been waiting to use this
And you
spell.
said it was 21?
Yeah.
Cast that a couple more times and you'll be right.
Sure. Okay. So, the bandit that was originally revealed by the fairy fire appears to move towards you as well, Abelard, and goes to take a strike. That is a 19. Dead.
How much damage?
Give me a second. You watch as the cloak that was on the figure begins to ebb away. Right, give me a second. That is 15 damage. 15 slashing damage.
Lesser right now.
Right?
15 is a lot.
I know it's a lot. Holy
Just like
shit.
24.
More HP
Alright.
than I do. That's
Yeah.
shocking.
Look, you're a melee. You're meant to be a melee thing. You're a ranger. I'm.
Still,
Yay.
I was just shocked.
Okay, so you watch as the cloak is dropped and a kind of wicked, almost scimitar type of sword that has kind of what appears to be teeth, like a serrated edge, like heavily serrated, a jagged edge of this blade begins to kind of bite into you. You can feel it kind of cut into where your armor is covering your shoulder, and it begins to grip onto your shoulder, biting deep into the flesh before it's kind of pulled out roughly, and you can feel your skin and your muscle tear underneath the blow of this sword. Okay, that will end the turn of that bit, and then up next we have June.
Oh, lovely. And so there's an orc behind me.
Yes.
Lovely. I would like to. Am I still on the horse?
No, you've been pulled off the horse.
Am I prone?
Yes, you are prone.
Okay.
Actually, no, you wouldn't be prone because you're not been pinned. So
Have I fallen or have I landed on my feet?
you've been pulled off, so you can stumble,
Okay.
but you're not prone. But he hasn't pulled you completely.
We'll just. It's stab in time, I guess. My eyes will roll back into my head. I would like to summon the swarm.
Oh, what?
What?
Oh, 11 from Stranger Things.
He's a swamp king.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, give me a
It's-
second.
This is-
Instinctually, my body changes and rolls with the current danger.
Summon the swarm.
That is. I'm writing that down. That's a pretty badass line.
What does your swarm do?
I don't know.
It
You
gives-
red?
Give me a moment.
It gives him,
Sort of
like-
pinky tan.
I was not expecting it to go this way.
None of us.
What? Good, well or terribly?
That's up to you to decide.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't. You guys
We
would
only have
move
2
me.
horses, so.
Yeah.
You could have just decided to not go, or at least warn us.
It's a trade up.
One can. Oh.
But better to live
Well,
another day.
I was gonna be-
arguably, if this encounter was planned for all of us, Holly was gonna make us all get there regardless. So
Oh, no, not
Who knows
necessarily.
what was planned?
Not necessarily.
Nothing now.
That's it.
you know, you guys could
D&D
retreat.
Beyond has died.
We could.
They're
but
gonna-
Well,
you're
Rocky's
probably
currently
gonna
held
have-
in
Yeah, I'm
some
grappled and I have no strength.
Leave him behind.
I plan on like killing this guy at least before making any moves.
Yawn.
My D&D Beyond is dying on me. Why?
I mean, so far they've only beat my AC by 1, so.
Yeah, just do it on my phone. It's okay.
Yeah, but there's at least 4 of them. There's the one with the fairy fire. There's the one that's grappled you. There was another one that appeared and attacked you. And there's one that's an orc attacking June.
Yeah.
So, and they have more than 21 hit points apparently.
Yeah.
You guys are screwed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm glad I have that breastplate right about now.
Oh,
Okay,
man, I'm so
so
scared.
I didn't realize there was so much damage.
Maybe it was a high roll.
Okay.
I'm hoping it's a high roll.
Like the highest roll possible.
That would be ideal.
It'll be okay.
Scimitar.
How are you
D6.
directing your swarm?
To me currently.
Do you want it to just appear to you, or do you want it to attack someone, or what would you...
You
What I'll
should.
be using it for this turn is to attack someone.
Pardon?
With this turn I'll be using it to attack
Okay,
someone.
sure.
Okay, I've got to make a attack action and then the
Sure.
swarm.
So, in the dead of night, you begin to focus, getting into touch with the landscape around you. You begin to zone out, and you can hear cicadas in the distance, kind of chirping away. You can hear the faint rustle of leaves as possums kind of make their way throughout the trees, and you can hear what appears to be the sound of beating wings that begin to head towards you. You hear the faint and then they begin to grow far more insistent, rapid, and you watch as owls begin to swoop down towards the target.
The
owls, that's right.
Owls that you didn't speak to
Begin
that one time.
begin to swoop down and peck at the exposed skin from the bandit's mask, and talons begin to kind of rake over their eyes. And that would be how much damage? Sorry.
A d6 of damage.
You're so lucky that the owls still give a shit.
Yeah.
They're contractually obliged to do 1 damage.
Okay.
They just sharpen their talons.
I think it's something more terrifying, but it's like hordes of owls. Like, fuck's
Yeah.
sake, guys. Is
Maybe
it just a
they'll get
D6? Do you
scared
get
and
a
run
normal
away.
attack action as well? Or?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, cool. You're not even done yet.
All right.
I'd like to take my dagger just straight forward. Oh. It's gonna try. There we go. That would be 22.
Definitely hits.
Awesome. That would be 3 damage.
Okay.
Actual tiny scratches on their skin.
Right. So as you thrust your dagger forward, kind of aiming for the soft part underneath the rib, you don't get as much damage out of it as you expect. It kind of is obstructed by the thick leather that covers their chest. Does that end your turn, or is there anything else you'd like to do?
That ends my turn.
Sure. So we are back to and so the bandit that had just kind of had the eyes raked out, you kind of screaming in pain, trying to swat away the
Large
swarm
birds.
of owls that are kind of circling and taking turns at kind of pecking and raking
Surely that-
talons across.
Surely that terrifies them enough to the point where they just want to retreat.
Who knows?
Alright, that is a 16 to hit.
Yeah, I believe that just hits. Unfortunately.
Sure. So you watch as they unsheath a sword that looks a little bit worse for wear, and a little bit kind of damaged and rusted, and goes to kind of slam it down towards your shoulder again, kind of trying to jam it next to your neck, and you will take. That is only 4 points of damage.
I would like to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Holy shit.
What is your hellish rebuke?
And I spit fire out onto them. I would like to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dexterity saving throw?
Dex save 12.
How is that one better than your normal spell save?
Probably going
Can
off
you
like
breathe
his charisma
fire
or something.
better than me?
'Cause he-
Sure.
How much damage did I take again?
Not anymore. I take it back. I can
Four,
breathe
thank
fire
you.
pretty well now.
That is a 10.
Oh, it's a fail.
Fail. Take the full damage, which will be
Ooh, that's pretty good.
18 damage.
Ooh!
Give me a second.
good. Yeah, no, good racial trait, tieflings.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
You can only do that once a day, though, can't you?
Yeah. That's it.
I can't believe you were about to help your mate by throwing a coin.
I
at
tried to
you.
helitropique a horse last session too.
Oh, true.
I was gonna.
Okay, so as you cough out this fire onto them, you watch as it immediately catches and kind of burns over their face, bubbling and kind of searing their skin. The smell of acrid, burning flesh reaches your nose, and you watch as they kind of swat away the owls and try and claw at their face, and eventually kind of drop to their knees and over onto the ground.
Very lovely.
It's not that
Right.
bad.
Oh wait, you got one?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
You think?
Well, it's on the ground.
Yeah. Alright.
Stomp the shit out of him.
Having
Come
a
back.
whittle sweep.
Curb stomping.
Huh?
Having a whittle sweep.
Alright,
That's
so
Oh, you know
the
which.
one that is still grappling you, Abelard, will release the grapple and
Okay.
begins to swing at you and try and carve down your back.
Oh, not the back.
That is a 17.
That doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit.
Yeah, 18 AC.
So, trying to take a coward's way out and glance the sword off your back, you can hear it kind of ting and glance off. That will be the end of that turn there. So, no damage taken there. So, the one that is in front of you, that is a 23 to hit.
That will hit.
And that will be 7 points of damage.
Are you up?
I'm still up.
Oh, don't worry, I got you if you fall. I've saved one slot for you. So you've
Perfect.
got one more jump up if you need be.
I've got a slot for me as well. Was originally
many
going to be
spell
a
slots do you
bonus
have?
action. Now it's a
Yeah.
full one.
Okay, so as that sword kind of thrusts towards you, finding the chink in your... did you
Breastplate.
repair the breastplate?
I think it's not repaired now.
Sure. So in this kind of damaged breastplate, that doesn't quite line up properly. There's kind of a thin sliver that reveals an exposed part to them and begins to kind of thrust forward and deal some damage to you there. Alright, that will end the turn. Abelard, you're up. What would you like to do?
I've got a choice now. I can do a bonus action heal or a full action heal. Bonus action heal, fuck it. All in, baby. Healing word time. So, I'll cast healing word at 2nd level. So that's 2d4 plus 7.
That's, oh yeah, life cleric.
Yep, that's a 4. When I need it. Yeah, that's a 4 and a 7. So that's 7. 14 hit points back.
Sure.
Not bad.
With healing
Not
word as
bad
well.
for a bonus.
I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen worse healing from a level 17 character, so
Yeah, yeah.
and then I'm gonna cast inflict wound. Oh, actually no, this
Yeah,
guy
you can't,
I
you
can't. I will melee attack him with a knife.
You can cast a cantrip.
Sure.
That's a dex save though. I don't want to give him the chance of succeeding. I will try stab him. This guy who would try to grapple me before.
The guy behind you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
It's a d4 plus 3. 4 damage
4 damage? Sure.
on the guy that I did 21 damage to before. He can't be. He's not resistant, right? Not to necrotic.
Okay. So you're just trying to slash at him, or?
Yeah, I'll just like try slash downwards.
Sure.
Oh,
So
hell yeah.
watching as the arm moves up to kind of go for you again, you reach up under the armpit and kind of slash down. You watch it kind of yelps in pain. Still seems to be standing though.
Oh fuck!
You can see the blood kind of dripping down.
This must
That's
be
like
the leader.
25 damage I've done at this point.
This must be the leader.
Ah, wonderful.
Well, they were described
Does
as
that end your
big
turn?
ads.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure. Alright, up next we have the third bandit that was on you, Abelard.
All right,
How many bandits are there?
There's
many.
There's 4.
How many?
Is it?
Yeah, there was
I
one on
thought
you.
there
and-
was.
3 on me.
yeah, there was one on you, and then
I thought
3
there
on
was
him.
2 on.
No.
On
That's
June.
19 to hit.
That will hit.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I've got
No.
16 hit points now, so I'm better.
That is 8 damage.
Okay, cool.
And you watch as this bandit here just swaps sides and begins to approach you from the opposite side and kind of throws their entire weight into a strike that they push down towards your knee and kind of just jams it into the flesh just beside your femur.
Wonderful.
And begins to kind of carve down, leaving a wide gash in the wake. Right, so that will end that one's turn, and then June, you watch as a figure materializes before you, stepping over the body of the downed
That's
bandit.
number 5.
Surprise, motherfucker.
That is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, hits.
No worries. That is 7 damage to you. And you watch as, finding the opening just underneath your thick woolen coat, they jab it into the side and kind of carve it down across your stomach. Right. And that will end their turn, and June, it's now your turn. What would you like to do?
These
Well, I
guys
was
are gonna
really
die.
hoping. Okay, I'm gonna take a punt. I'm going to leave their radius, so I'm gonna prompt an opportunity attack.
That is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
That is 9 damage.
Are you...
Yep.
No, I'm still fine. Not like fine, but like fine. 8 hit points left.
Samesies.
So as you go to step
Rangers
back out of
do have a
their
D10 head
way,
die.
they bring the sword forward and begin to slash down towards your leg that's stepping back, and like they've done with Abelard, reveal a large kind of gash in your thigh that is kind of steadily bleeding.
I would like to. Is there any? I would like. Okay. There are certain things I would like to do, but depending on how you rule it, I will alter what I would like to do. What I was thinking of doing was trying to see if there was a log that I could, or a stick that I could cast Shillelagh on.
Oh, you don't have a
But
quarter
if
staff.
I need to use an action to do a perception check, I won't do that.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's not exactly a wooded area, but the winds were so strong that there would be some kind of weak branches kind of around that you could.
That works perfectly. I can magically imbue it, so weak is fine. Well, I would like to pick up one of those and head to the rear side of the Van Helsing Lachlan. Abelard.
Okay. Sure. So they're about 30 feet away from you.
Okay.
Actually, you didn't move forward when you cast Verify, did you? So
No,
it'd
so
be
that's 60 feet.
Yeah.
You should
Wow.
be... Oh, you also should have been rolling concentration checks for Fairy Fire as well. 'Cause you've been taking
I'm gonna
damage.
presume it's stopped
I
by now.
was gonna say
Yeah.
at this point, I think
Fair
We
enough.
can safely say that
Fair enough.
concentration's
I-
been broken.
if it was an actual encounter where all of you are involved, that would make you roll for it. But because it's just a theater
Yeah,
of
fair
mind,
enough. Fair enough.
I feel like it's better to leave it to this one. But yes, I did think about that as well.
Well,
Verify wouldn't really do a whole lot in
Well,
after they're all being revealed.
Yeah.
Well,
Unless there's
that's
more of them.
I think... No, I think
Not
if
true, actually.
you get advantage on the ones that are outlined.
correct.
The one that was outlined was
Yeah,
not
but-
near you though. So
And yeah, no one
didn't
got
seem-
near it.
Yeah. Well, it's spell scorn anyway.
Why was only one of them in the radius?
Because they are...
they all successed on their dex saves.
Yeah.
Except
Oh.
poor old
Yeah.
Larry.
Larry was found.
Yeah.
Larry was revealed.
That probably worked in their favour, honestly, because if 5 of them were highlighted, it's probably run time. Because only one of them was highlighted.
Yeah.
What's the...
I was just like one set of footsteps, one guy. Fuck, I've got this. I'll go tackle this random thief, and it's like 5 pounds. I'm like, this isn't ideal.
Did you roll most of the dice on your computer or something?
No, I was rolling behind.
Oh,
You guys just weren't paying attention. and I was.
Subtle.
Yeah, I noticed it. Holly was talking while rolling, so you guys would be focused on
Ah.
Holly speaking.
Subtle.
I thought one of them was like you rolled it again for some reason.
No, I rolled 5.
Subtle.
Yeah, no, I was
Very
sitting here and I was
subtle.
just like, oh.
Wonderful.
Nat
I was
20.
also rolling progressively while you were following the trail to see if you'd pick up that they were on the grass, but they were.
I'm surprised I didn't pick it with like that.
They got 3 nat 20s.
They rolled really high in their stealth check, so they wouldn't leave a trace.
Nat 20s aren't always auto successes. Not on skill checks.
Oh fuck! They got that good repeatedly.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right.
I would like to
Good
mount
to
the horse.
know.
I would like to mount Spirit.
Sure.
Just gonna leave.
No, I'm gonna try
Abelard.
and take Abelard, but it's
Okay.
it's leaving time, cowboy.
I think that's a wise
So
decision.
the bandit is right next to Spirit. So you're leaving the range and then entering back into it. Yes.
Can I get up on the other side of the horse?
Yes.
Cool.
You can, if you'd like to.
Hashtag horse meat shield, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kill spirit.
Don't dare fucking kill spirit. Kill Eclipse.
Give me
Don't
a second, actually.
Don't give a fuck about Eclipse.
I don't want to do it, but I really think.
Wait,
I
no.
have to-
That bandit can't make another attack as he's already used his reaction to use an opportunity attack.
No, I know, but
There's a
Just
sixth
for-
one.
Oh!
C'est la vie.
perhaps, who knows?
Why did you? Oh,
We
guys.
didn't think there were that many.
You run immediately after there's more than 2.
It was an
Okay.
acceptable situation.
I only knew there was one.
Well, you didn't even bother to submit or ask questions, so
Yeah.
yeah, like
I was like, one set of footsteps, one person, right?
yeah, okay.
At least
So
you're
you
reacting
mount
as the
the
character
horse?
would.
Yep.
I'm gonna say I think you probably only have 10 feet of movement left. I don't know exactly how much it's taken to mount the horse, but I assume it would at least count as somewhat difficult terrain to swing your leg up into a stirrup. So I'd say it'd take probably 5 feet of your movement from that. So maybe you have 15 left.
I throw a knife at Orkenstein next to me.
Okay.
Orkenstein.
Yeah, return to Castle Orkenstein.
The dead body.
No, the live
Dead
one.
Okay.
Orkenstein.
Yeah. 18 to hit.
That's one dead.
Yes, does it.
Awesome. That will be 4 damage. And then I would like them to make a strength saving throw of DC 11 or be pushed 15 feet away from
24.
me. Well, the swarm just buffets them and they stay in place.
So the owls kind of arrange in a circle and begin to kind of, a semicircle and begin to kind of bat their wings to kind of buffet the figure away, but the human that is revealed before you now kind of just
Oh, they were human.
yes,
Mhm.
the orc was the one.
Yeah,
that's
yeah, I understand
unconscious, yeah. Kind of squares themselves up to the oncoming gust and kind of just doesn't seem to be too affected. But you can see hair whipping.
Pantene ad.
Yes, it's just
I've only ceased to improve the situation.
it's Fabio. Yep.
I would like
The
to.
damage of that. Or
Yeah, horse.
Okay, so you get about 15
Oh.
feet in front.
Lovely. That's all that I believe I can do.
Yes. I think it's different if you're on horse for movement, but
Well, the horse is technically a
think-
separate creature, so it should
Yeah,
still get. It'll give
they
us
have their
full
own.
six.
They have their own
I'm
movement
gonna
speed.
say though, because
Do
of how much
next
you did in
time.
your turn,
Yeah,
next time you'll be able to go for
I
that.
figured.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna punish you with with
I'm about to
Um,
die, so.
Alright, so up next
See.
then we have the
Gang, gonna beat me up. Like,
Just grovel, pout, beg like a little bitch.
that is an 18 to hit.
that is my AC. That does hit. Oh, that's not a good sign for whatever. That is an 8 hit points.
Okay, that is only 10.
That's down.
Yikes. Okay.
Yikes.
Yikes.
No, no, no,
Um,
no, no,
okay.
no, 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 no.
And then the the one that was grappling you from behind.
I thought they let me go.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
so you can position it, the one that was
Okay.
behind you that you were going for. No longer you're being grappled, of course, but this bandit, as you kind of reveal the large gash on the leg, they take advantage of your focus on that and thrust the sword upwards straight into your
So that's
stomach.
two failures.
No, this is a hit that knocked you down.
Oh,
This is
okay.
how you're knocked down.
All right, good. I was just like,
This is how you're knocked down. So thrust it forward into your stomach. And as you fall, the bandit that had moved in front of you is going to take a hit.
Yep. I appreciate the ruthlessness. Let's see.
I mean,
They have
I don't know,
advantage.
I don't want to do it, but
No, it's what they would do. Advantage
Yeah.
on the hit as well, because I'm
Yeah.
prone
Yeah.
and unconscious. So if
Yes.
every hit counts, it's a crit.
Yep.
If it's a melee.
Yep. 2 hits, you're dead.
Yep.
and I only rolled a 10 to hit.
AC's 18. I'm good.
So you're
I'm
fine.
still dead.
As you fall, the bandit that had moved around kind of swings down towards you, towards your neck, and you watch as
I don't watch anything.
it
I'm
kind of-
unconscious.
I'm
Okay.
The audience.
The audience
watches,
watches.
and so the downward arc kind of glances off your armor. The one that had moved around to attack you initially is going to strike again. That was only 17, so
I'm still dead.
Your unconscious body's just doing like a jig. It's like.
Just frantic seizures on the ground. I do not used to unconsciousness.
as you fall, kind of like a slapstick, this bandit has kind of thrust this sword
Why-
down towards you, and
on the
as you're
ground.
kind of still in the motion of rolling, you manage to kind of just skirt the
What's that-
blow
what-
that goes straight for your arm.
What's that new TikTok trend? The dancing one, with the pole.
Oh, no, don't bring it up. I've been obsessed with that TikTok.
The what?
I don't know what this is.
Neither.
Okay, that will end all of their turns. Then obviously, Abelard, you are unconscious, so please.
Death saving
roll.
throw.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 2. That's 1 failure.
Oh, no.
Going great.
Okay.
I'm not standing.
Yeah.
That bandit is. Okay, so. Alright, the one that you had kind of moved 15 feet away from is beginning to run up behind you and goes to slash for your horse.
Ooh.
Acceptable.
Yeah, nah, that's
I
fine.
don't want to do it.
No.
This is
Spirit though.
make me very sad.
This is such a.
What's the
brutal
what's the
turn-on.
AC of a
If
horse?
Spirit dies, Maylin is gonna
decapitate
be
the fucking
so
horse.
sad.
I
She's
think-
literally gonna
That's
go
a
It
crit.
should be more
That's a
sad
crit.
if
That's a crit.
Abelard
I rolled a
dies.
19.
No, fuck that.
Oh, that's close to a crit.
To
I
hit.
want Spirit.
Do you have the stats
Actually,
for horses
sorry.
up?
Doesn't actually hit. Sorry.
21 to hit. I'm getting the stats for horses.
Okay,
because
good.
Apparently it's important.
That's a riding
We're
horse.
gonna have 2 less people in the party.
And
come
no
back
horse.
I know.
Things.
I mean,
I've got other characters of mine. I'll be one to try sorcerer for a bit.
Oh no.
there'll be, I mean, this will be.
Oh, then nobody's
might
not
kill that
gonna know
horse.
about Chivol.
They just don't come
Oh
back.
my
we
God,
just
yeah.
chilling in the
Only person that
caravan,
knows
like
is
being
a
like, yeah.
He'll ride up so you just see our bodies.
I hate it. I wish I didn't do this, but it's fine. That's 7 points damage. The horse, they have 13, so horse is still up.
half health.
As the bandit catches up to you, begins to kind of throw their weight behind the strike that kind of glances off the flank of the horse, and you listen to the horse kind of whinny, scream in pain, and kind of dart out of the way to the side. The riding horse has a speed of 60 feet, so I'm going to say on your turn you can move the full 60 feet. But, you know, that's just in case you didn't know it was 60 feet.
Wunderbar.
So up next it's your turn.
Oh, what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna. How close is the human behind? They're within hitting range. They're within the range, right?
Yep, they're
Take a
right up next to you.
take a sneaky little swing at them
Mm-hmm.
with my shillelagh stick. Well, that's not one.
He's still fighting.
What about Abelard?
Okay.
Well, I gotta. Otherwise, it's a.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just dead.
All right. As you go to swing down, you misjudge with your shillelagh hit, and you kind of crack your shillelagh against your own ankle, and it feels kind of akin to smacking a razor scooter.
Oh, the worst pain.
Oh, that's
Three-
like 1 million.
3 death saves, right? 3 failed death saves after that, yeah? That's the only way to auto-kill in any D&D game.
And I was saying that's only 1 point of damage. It feels like it should be 1,000. Only 1 point.
But this is how they defeated the evil in the Borderlands. They used razor scooters on the dragon's ankles, like nunchucks.
I'm not surprised at how much knights running as someone just razor scooters in my veins.
The kingdom of Acheron.
They start doing scooter tricks everywhere.
They just hit the dragon in the ankle and it
Guys,
just
check my
turns
jump.
around and
Was it
just
just like
cries.
dread? You were just like sad because everyone was dying.
Yeah.
Everyone in Rumbellion rides razor scooters.
Yeah, it's canon. It's canon. Razor scooters are now canon.
Aww.
Sick trick, bro.
The trading of razor scooters on the black market in Rumbellion, huge.
How much do they normally sell for? Like, what's the average price
It's
of a
at
razor
least
scooter?
150 gold.
Oh,
Damn,
I'm
for
saving.
more.
I'm saving.
Big
I'm
league.
saving for a razor scooter. You know.
Movement speed of 50.
Alright.
Up next we have.
No, I'm not done.
Oh, you're not done? Okay.
I'm not done.
Oh, please save
It's
this.
either die next turn when they do stab me, or maybe stab me now, but I also move further away.
Yeah.
It's almost like you should take the disengage action.
Yeah, but that's
Well-
well, he attacked. He can't now.
Yeah.
My plan, actually, which I realized wouldn't have worked now, was to hit and then use Cure Wounds on you.
Yeah.
But that doesn't work.
Nope.
Well, I'm running 60 feet. They get an opportunity to attack.
Oh.
Why are you doing this to me? I don't want to do this.
Yes, it's either
Are you running towards Avalad or running away?
running away.
Oh.
No.
Bye,
I
We'll see
mean,
what
no,
goes
but
on.
they have to, or else
There's
they
no
Yeah,
way.
but like also.
either they die together.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
That was only a 9.
Oh! I'm
The
sorry.
armor class of the horse is 10.
The horse is still standing.
Dab for the horse.
No more fucking dabbing, please.
Okay.
What happened to the other
technically-
The
horse?
horse to die. This was
Did the
No, that
wait?
was a-
What
that
happened to
is
the
true,
other
that
horse?
is
Did the
true.
other horse run away?
I don't know where Eclipse is.
I mean, I assume you dismounted.
Yeah.
So Eclipse is just kind of chilling.
I don't like
They're not
this
going to
at
go out
all.
of their way to hit a horse, but since the horse is the getaway car of this situation.
Blood. No.
Okay, so as you turn spirit, you're running away from Abelard?
Yeah, I'm running away from the situation. So,
This is
situation
so
is
sad.
focused and I'm on one edge of it, I imagine. I'm not in the center of it, just away from that edge.
Okay, so as you turn tail, the bandit begins to kind of go for a jab against the horse's side, and you watch as already injured and kind of in flight mode, Spirit immediately heads into a gallop, and you're sent. How far do you want to go?
60
feet? You're
yeah.
sent 60 feet in the direction of your choosing, away from the situation.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Now it's time to play the down. Give me
does
it.
that end your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Sure. So
I mean.
at this point, Abelard, you are unconscious.
Yep.
Get held hostage or something, please.
I don't know.
The
That depends.
bandits are going to sheathe their swords.
Okay.
Oh great! Now we have to rescue you.
Please roll a
Death save.
death save for me.
18.
Oh my god.
If he had,
I hate this
if he had
so
rolled a
much.
nat one, he would have just died.
Yeah.
He's already got a fail.
I
Like
hate
use one of
this.
those nat 20s.
That's the dice.
The bandits around you begin to rifle through your pockets.
They get
Yeah,
a,
they can
there's a decent bit of gold there.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no, that's all our gold.
So I rolled a 19.
Well, it's not all our gold. We haven't given me all the gold. It was
Yeah,
most
but
of
it's
our
a
gold.
lot of it.
Yeah, it's like 89
Bro, I
gold.
thought we spent all the gold on horses.
We spent a lot of it on horses. There was still
How
more
much
gold.
do you
There's
have?
still more.
Abelard had a lot of personal wealth.
Yeah.
89 gold.
Okay. Oh my.
Alright, I rolled
Yeah,
a
that's quite
19,
a
a
bit.
10, and a 4.
What do I have that's expensive?
Your armor.
Yeah, and
So,
no cross.
I
It
would
takes me
assume-
20 minutes. It takes 50 minutes for me to doff it. An unconscious person would take a while, right?
Normally you roll like how long you're out for. It can be a few hours though.
So, I am going to, since we're still in initiative, the bandit is going to attempt to throw a dagger at June as you are fleeing. Let me just double check. Throwing daggers.
It's 2060 with 60 at disadvantage.
I was gonna say.
Unless they have a
They
sharpshooter.
have
I don't
30
think
feet
the
of
bandit is
movement, so they're
sharpshooter.
going to get within 30 feet, which I don't think is a disadvantage. But I think because you're a moving target at speed,
I don't think so.
They're
I don't think that gets any bonuses.
Nah.
You'll say?
I'm saying
Okay.
because you're on a horse and the horse is moving quickly. I think that would probably be a disadvantage.
Are they chasing?
Oh, no, they're just throwing a knife
Okay.
in their direction.
Disadvantage. That was an 11 to hit, so it does not hit.
Is it aimed at me or the horse?
It is aimed at you.
Oh, look.
I'm not aiming at the horse. I don't want to, so I'm not going to. So kind of pulls a thin, lightweight knife out of their, out of a sheath on their forearm and hurls it towards you. You watch as it just glances over the top of your head and begins to kind of tumble harmlessly onto the dirt path next to you. Okay. Up next would be June's turn, please. What would you like to do?
Split. Lickety split.
Keep
Right,
fucking
Go
running.
back along the path. Come back to the
Come back to
caravan.
us.
Dash.
One
Tell
us.
us what to do.
Yeah, dash action.
Sure.
120.
feet.
Hmm.
Okay.
You're definitely out of there.
Yes.
now.
So you don't feel any more attacks being sent at you, but for Abelard, please roll another
Death save.
death save. for me. Actually, give me a second.
Ooh. I mean, depends. Yeah, if they just decide to kill you, you don't need to roll. But if they're just pickpocketing you,
Surely they'd just leave you butt naked on the side of the path.
I
and leave
mean-
you alone.
Okay,
I would,
So,
if I were
how much gold did you have?
89.
that's a lot of gold,
That
dude.
is a lot of gold.
I have I've got 2 platinum, 69 gold, and 1 silver.
Okay. So. They don't attack you anymore, so I'm not going to make you roll another.
I've got to still make the death saves to see if I stabilize or if
Yeah,
I bleed out
so
on the
How many
ground.
have you done? 2?
Yeah.
Okay, roll another one.
14, that's another success.
2 successes, 1 fail.
Okay, so as you're kind of laying on the ground,
Out of the woods.
blood kind of pouring out of the gash on your leg and seeming to slow down and clot almost, beginning to kind of congeal as time goes by. You are stable.
I'm not stable yet. I've got 1 more.
How many, you've rolled 2, haven't you? 3?
No, he needs.
One
to
fail,
3
2
successes,
successes.
or
One
3
fail,
fails.
Oh, my mistake. You roll another one then.
So keep rolling until death
They're
or
going to take
life.
all of
That's
the
another success.
Oh, my god!
Stable.
So they're going to take all of the gold and platinum that you have.
Cool.
It's okay. It's better than
Okay, I'd rather
dying.
them take
Fuck.
That's a
Um,
lot of money there.
Yeah, it is.
We'll get it
And
back. We'll
You
get it back.
are stable. So at that point, I think it's about time we head to a little break.
Yeah.
And when we resume, we will deal with this chaos on only the second day of our travel to
What the
Dount.
I have a stab wound.
We will see you guys in a little bit.
Bye.
welcome back. Well, last we left off, Abelard was being mauled by several bandits.
I have multiple stab wounds.
Thankfully,
BDSM.
thankfully, Abelard, you are stable now. Your pockets have been picked of any and all gold that you had.
So I'll get rid of that silver I've got left as well.
Yes. So basically all of your money has been taken from you, but you have been left otherwise. I would say you relatively quickly, with the speed that you're traveling at June, come upon the campsite. You can see that there are kind of thin wisps of smoke. Actually,
Could I retcon that?
Huh?
Could I retcon that?
Sure.
I don't want to travel all the way back. I want to travel to what I deem to be a safe distance of maybe like a mile or two. I'm not really sure how long is like vaguely out of eyesight.
You could see them within a mile, I would say.
2 miles?
Sure. I'll say you can get
Yeah.
behind some cover.
Thank you. Basically my goal is to wait until they leave Abelard alone to go back to Abelard whenever that happens. But
Sure, it doesn't take too long. They basically just strip you of anything that they deem valuable, which is at this stage just coin or currency. It'll probably take about 20 minutes, and then they head off, and you watch as the cloaks begin to fall over them again.
I would like to travel back up to Abelard. I would like to cast Cure Wounds, which you awaken with 2 hit points.
Oh my god.
2 hit points.
um,
That's not very cash money of you.
Every game.
Is Eclipse around?
Yes, Eclipse is kind of. They haven't taken the horse.
No, that's good. Just
Waking
for-
up, I will immediately use my Channel Divinity and restore myself 15 hit points.
Excellent.
I just don't need to
Easy
carry
to do.
Lucky on my horse if can
Abelard,
never
as you come
recall.
back to consciousness, you feel that similar warm, comforting kind of feeling that wafts over you underneath the moonlight in your god's domain. You can hear the whispered words, "Your fight isn't over, Abelard. I'd like to see you do more." And you come back into consciousness.
Can you check if your microphone's on?
Yes, it appears to be.
Excellent. Could you just sneak it in? I think we missed that last line. I think
Do you want me? Oh,
like it
yeah,
just
okay.
didn't pick up.
at all?
Yeah.
Okay. So you come back to consciousness with the, your fight isn't over. I'd like to see you do more. And you come back to consciousness with June kind of leaning over you, Eclipse and Spirit not too far away.
Like, how nude? Like,
Oh, I'm still
No,
wearing
you
all my
have your
armor and stuff.
clothes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
You
It's
just
not
don't
like
just
have
no
your
money.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
well, rough gig, buddy.
Yeah, that hurt.
are you alright? Or check
Mostly fine.
check June.
My leg has been taking a beating.
I'll
What's
cast
the purse?
I'll cast Cure Wounds on June.
Oh no, you really don't need to. I've got enough to make it back.
I'll
What
cast
about
Cure
the
Wounds
horse,
on June.
bro?
Yeah, can you cast it on the horse?
I'll cast it on
Yeah,
both of
they
you.
say-
Save my horse.
says the divine.
You get
presence
14 hit
Lords
points back.
among us.
Abelard, the horse dog. What the hell?
And
Take
Take
me-
care
my
of your
horse.
horse. Your steeds
and
will
the
serve
horse
you
gets 10 hit points back.
A spirit's back to full.
well. Back to full.
And then I'll cast it once more on myself.
Brilliant. So you begin to kind of
12 hit points for
Very
me.
bloody loud roll.
what the fuck was that?
That was
It
his
was
dice
lucky.
rolling on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me turn that volume off. There we go.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Anyway,
So,
that's
um,
nice
yeah,
bout of
you-
healing for everyone. Back to
it's
full.
still the dead of night. I'd say it's probably approaching
Nice.
2 in the morning also. You
I-
guys
I'll respond with, I am assuming we're not going to catch them.
I saw that, James.
We have sorely lost today, and there is not a.
I'm sure.
We killed one of them. Is the orc still on the ground?
Yeah. The
The burnt body.
Can I see if I can get any of my coinage back from looting this random orc?
There's much more important things than
Sure.
coinage.
Roll an investigation check for me, please.
May I?
He just
perform-
left all the money on him.
The entire.
They put the money on the dead guy?
Yeah.
What?
Investigation says 19.
19.
Oh.
You don't find much on the body. You do find a ring of invisibility.
A what?
A ring of invisibility.
Wait, what?
Though you don't know that. You just know that this is a ring.
I will take the ring.
Wait. Oh, no, that's no joke.
That would be the one that's most. That would be what is most valuable on the body, which I'm assuming you're looking for.
I will grab that.
You also find that there is 10 silver and 5 copper.
I'm making my fortune back, baby.
But you do find a ring that has. Do you read anything in Elven?
I don't think I speak Elven. No.
So
Give me a second.
You just see that there are very
get-
finely carved runes that kind of encircle the entirety of this ring.
I will take that ring quite happily. And I will put that in a little pouch.
I
It's gotta be a
will
catch.
send
It's gotta
you
be a catch.
What?
thing about the ring. It's not necessarily. It's more of a homebrew ring.
Okay.
But it is still pretty.
Yeah.
Do you have you set up like the homebrew student on D&D Beyond? I can just add up from there.
It's just in my notes. I haven't done it yet, but I've.
Okay.
Hey,
So yeah. Just so
It
you know.
wasn't all for nothing, kind of. You lost. You
Yeah.
bought a ring of invisibility for 80 gold. Like it's.
I mean, pretty good deal, right?
I mean, yeah.
Pretty fucking good.
I guess.
Bought is a loose term, but
Anything you'd like to do?
I would also like to frisk the body in search for insignia, letters, written things, any identifying features.
Sure, roll an investigation check though, please.
Thank you.
Very good call.
Always loot the bodies.
21.
Damn.
That was just a good roll,
21.
which is a
With a
19.
21, you don't see any direct insignia or anything that's kind of embossed into the leather. Like I said, it looks kind of put together and kind of cobbled together. That's the word I was looking for. So it's not all from the same place. It's not like a nice suit of armor or anything like that where it all seems to match. What you do notice is that there seems to be a kind of upside down semicircle that is branded into the flesh on the forearm.
I would like to remove all the clothes from this body. not in a. I want the clothes as a, like a
What
this
the
is their like
fuck?
uniform sort of thing.
Sure.
Just swords. If we ever want to disguise
No,
as them.
that's.
do they have a big dick?
Sure, you strip the.
Yeah.
That's the
Um,
question.
The upside down semicircle.
Roll
roll.
the dick size.
Oh god.
Roll a D8
The
for
DM
inches.
takes 4 psychic damage.
No.
Do it. Does the upside down semicircle? Does it mean anything from a
Roll a
religious
history check.
perspective?
For size.
Oh, actually, religious, roll a
Goddamn.
religion check for me, please.
I think
What was that?
both
That's
history.
No, I rolled a D12 for size.
No, you roll. No, you roll.
12.
The rule is you roll. If it's not,
Okay, make your roll.
I'll explain to you the joke.
Alright, sorry.
Yep. Religion.
Damn.
Chains, 1 episode.
Hey,
Dick
nice
size,
guy.
another.
11.
Okay, with an 11, it's a bit hard to tell. It just appears like a semicircle. But you do get the sense that it is not necessarily cult-like, but it is definitely gang-related or something similar.
Abelard, can you draw this in your notepad?
I will draw the semicircle.
You draw an upside-down semicircle.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just as simple as that. There's no like.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, sure. I like flick through. There's like the eggplant thing.
It strikes
like,
you
no,
as
I'm
odd
just
though
like,
because it's been cauterized, so it's like it's a brand mark.
gang upside down
It seems
semicircle.
kind
What
of
this?
like it's bubbled at the edges. It looks like it was done a while ago, so the skin has healed, but it does have a raised edge and looks as if it was seared into the flesh.
Cut off the skin so you have it and know
No.
what it looks like.
No.
Dust unto dust, and I call down the owl herd to.
Pick at the body?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
No.
Feed the owls.
Yeah, feed the swarm.
Okay.
Dispose
I'll
of
mount
your-
up a clips and I'm gonna leave to see
Feed the swarm.
Sure, you watch as the swarm descends again and begins to peck again at this poor soul's body.
I'll just immediately.
Begins
That
to
seems
kind of
quite
peck
disrespectful.
away at the bubbled and burning flesh.
Such is nature. There is no disrespect in this
Mm.
action.
Okay. I'll ride off. Head back down the trail.
Okay.
Sorely needing a rest.
Yeah, same. That's all I would like to do.
Right, you guys eventually rejoin with the party. You can see the wisps of smoke from a campfire. Kruger, I'm assuming you're on watch at the moment, but anybody else? A9, will you be on watch as well, perhaps?
We checked. He literally doesn't need to sleep, and he doesn't suffer exhaustion.
No, that was.
Oh, that was on O'Connor?
You do suffer exhaustion. You don't need to sleep, but you do suffer exhaustion. I
If-
don't know.
If you
what
don't
it is.
rest, because you still need to rest.
Yeah.
If you get because your
So,
character's
okay.
exhausted, you know.
Okay, so like you can be on watch, you just can't be like active. Like if you go to attack something or something, that
Yeah,
will
you
drop
can't be
the
doing
rest.
active things.
But like going like watching and stuff isn't
Yeah,
active.
okay, cool.
Anyway,
But yeah, no, I'll
I
be on
will.
like the.
I have one more question, if I may interrupt quickly.
Yes.
The semicircle, does the rounded part face the wrist or the elbow?
It faces the elbow. So it's if you
Okay.
held it this way, it's going down.
So rounded bit and flat bit to the top.
No,
if you're
no,
holding it like
rounded bit towards the fist.
that. Okay, excellent.
And
yeah.
it's
That's
I'm
perfect.
just
That's all.
gonna, no,
I
no, no.
needed.
It's not a complete semicircle. It's
Draw it on your arm. Get real with it.
Brand
I'm
yourself.
I'm becoming my world.
Join the cult.
cult
This is a cult.
baby.
You guys
Let's
come
go,
every single
yeah.
week.
Yeah, true, guys. We're a part of a cult.
Depends on good for skin drawing.
So there is a gap in the middle.
Okay.
So it's like it's a semicircle, but there's nothing else that stands out as weird to you other than that there's
And the
okay,
rounded
but-
bit towards the fist.
yes, and
Excellent.
then that towards the.
I'm
Anyway.
part of them
That's
now.
all. Thank you.
Away we go.
No worries.
No, we're not joining this cult. We're gonna kill
I'm
him.
part of the cult.
I'm gonna.
Do I get an invisibility ring now?
No.
Abelard has one because Abelard looted a body. Holly has to furiously retcon realizing what she gave us.
No, I want to reward you guys.
With a
I
level-
think that magic items can be useful.
A legendary ring of invisibility.
It's
Well, it's
like I said, it's homebrew, so it's not.
yeah, it's
Okay.
probably not. It's probably got like I would.
There is
Charges.
a caveat. to
Yeah,
it.
there's like charges or
so-
something like that because there's no
Okay.
way that you can just have a ring that automatically makes it usable forever.
So yes, you guys eventually return to the party, and you can see that Kruger and A9 are on watch. You can hear the soft footfalls of horses kind of heading towards you. And as Spirit comes into view with Eclipse and the rider's kind of slumped over in tow, kind of looking exhausted, you see that there is a white kind of raised but healed scar along Spirit's flank.
And you see like blood like coating my
Yep.
breastplate and stuff, but no wounds because I'm fully healed.
By the gods, guys! Okay, what happened? Why were you gone so long?
Are we all
found
waking up now?
Yeah, that wakes me up.
we found the bandits and then they hurt a lot, but we found them. Yes,
yes.
because they stabbed me multiple times and said we'd been following them.
We don't know they're the ones. We know they're invisible, which firstly they're invisible.
Ah,
That's
they're
news to
invisible.
you.
Invisible.
Anyway, I'm
What is?
I'm going to.
True, that's a good point.
And it explains why they had such high stealth rolls the entire time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But like you're okay. Like why? Okay, hang on.
Is Spirit okay?
Spirit is okay now. I fixed them.
Wait, but why didn't you just
Spirit
tell us
got
that you were going
stabbed.
so far ahead and telling us you were going in pursuit?
No, hindsight 2020.
We were going in pursuit. Didn't we say this?
But like you got clearly you got jumped. And what if you had died?
I think we said
Then-
we were going in pursuit. Did you not listen?
Day
We
two.
did say we were going to chase them.
Did you not see? Oh, you,
Kruger, if you want to be a part of this team, you've got to
Much more of this.
focus in on
You
this
just
sort of
tell
thing.
us
Yeah,
to shut up
Kruger.
and then 5 days later.
I have
do
no
it.
idea what you guys are doing.
Don't worry, A9 was on it.
Anyways then.
A9's the responsible adult in this situation.
Anyways then, I'm going to go to bed. I'm very tired.
but can if you maybe just let us know next time if you're gonna actually like charge off in the middle of the night?
Kruger, they're
Like-
back. It's fine.
I know, but maybe what if they didn't come back?
Then they didn't come back. It would have
Yeah.
been sad. But
Then you would have found
that's
our
not
bodies
what
on the
happened.
hill up ahead.
Was it a big party? How many are we looking
5.
Five.
Four
the
now.
difference
Four
is
now.
we know now.
Oh, you got one?
5 or 6?
It was
There were 5.
as far as I'm
You
aware.
only saw 5.
Excellent.
So there's 4 of them. What 4 is left? One has been picked by owls.
We should just count the
Owls?
blessings that we have
Owls.
at this point.
What?
I'll just look directly at you,
The
owls.
forest hungers.
The forest hungers.
I don't believe we have any chance on catching up. As of currently, they kept pace with our horse for a long while in such a way that it seemed they were going faster than the average walking speed.
I don't know.
Great
Well, I
question.
mean,
they
if
do
they-
seem to be enshrouded in quite a bit of magic, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was assisted. But that's just a shot in the dark.
We will. I'm sure we will get a chance at them again. If they're on this road, we will surely see where they bend off.
Look,
Exactly, a good question.
I don't reckon they were common thieves.
I will
Yeah.
show all the group members the symbol. One of them has this burnt into their arm.
Does
Enough.
Presumably
Anyone-
they all had
anyone
it.
What does
right.
it look
This
like?
is not a mark of common thievery. Wait, can I do a religion check?
This is the symbol.
Can I do a
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it
can I
matter?
do
We
a,
all-
can I do a religion check specifically religion?
I already did
Sure,
specifically
roll a
religion.
Check.
I suppose you
Uh,
went
You
there.
want to
Uh,
see if it's recognized.
Well, if
That'll
we don't know, we don't
be
know
You
it.
can roll a history
A
check.
16
A
for religion?
16, it doesn't seem to have any specific religious
Okay.
iconography.
That's literally all I wanted to know.
Sorry, I'm bringing up my character sheet. It's a 17 plus
Leah.
something. I'm sorry.
What are they doing?
are they
21.
Damn.
21? Okay. With a 21, you know that this symbol is commonly associated with a gang, a kind of maybe like the best way to put it is like a sect of outcasts who are generally known as the Burn Notice.
That's awesome.
The burn notice.
Yes. Oh, could be. Could be.
I do repeat this to everybody
Yeah.
because sometimes I don't repeat stuff. This time, Nadria does.
Thanks.
No.
With a 21, you know that they generally are considered brutal, but only when they feel as if something is getting in their way. So they don't go out seeking violence necessarily, they're more for ferrying specific goods through underground trails.
So like smugglers.
Yeah. But they don't necessarily they specialize in making sure that they're unseen, unheard. And because they travel in underground trails, known as paper trails, generally, generally they don't go out seeking violence or to make a name for themselves that way. It's more of a, you would have heard it because of your experience.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that.
Yes, you would know of them. You may have even possibly dealt with one or two, but they're not similar to your own group.
Yeah.
In that sense.
Yeah.
So if they only attack those that get in their way, what are they doing stealing from us? Or perhaps these aren't those that stole from us.
Well, if they burnt something into their skin, I imagine they would have stolen from us. Anyway, I'm going to bed, and I will go immediately to like one of the wagons and take a long
Yeah,
rest.
I go back to sleep.
I'm just like, I need my spells. Let's back
Well,
Speaking of this, there are 2 horses. Could someone look after these / ride them if they would like?
Absolutely
Sure.
not.
Hey, Mayan, can you look after the horses?
I think one of the horses. and eat them.
Absolutely not.
I'm joking. I don't.
I
do
hate
that.
horses.
I palm
do.
the horses off to Maylin.
Or I would like to
I look
try a
after
horse as an eat.
horses. I've had enough
They were.
sleep anyway.
Yeah.
which I would have.
I join Abelard in the wagon.
Long rest.
Long. Are we finishing the
I'm-
long rest?
Yeah.
well,
we'll
are we gonna do a group like rotation? I guess it's just only.
Would
You and
that
me,
still
really.
count as a long rest? With watch?
You need
so
s-
long rest would be 8 hours.
With
need-
watch, we can do a watch though.
You need 6 hours of sleep and then 2 hours of just not doing anything crazy.
Okay.
Cool.
Then yeah, I suppose we'd finish the rest.
Would Abeloy get a long rest? Yeah.
Yes, I would say I'm going to say that you'll all get a long rest. So no need to worry about that.
Do I notice anything while I'm doing a watch or anything like that?
Please roll a perception check, for me, please.
Because being told that there's a gang called the Burn Notice, and now you've killed one of them and potentially pissed them off. Perception check. Why am I rolling with advantage? I don't roll with advantage. Perception. That is a 16.
A 16. You don't see anything more than what appears to be a swarm of owls. A school of owls beginning to kind of coast through the sky. They seem to be
beaks.
Yeah.
they seem to be between their talons. Most of them seem to have a large kind of hunk of something.
Gross.
You're a friend.
Awesome.
You're.
Pleasant.
Are you with June? I say to the owls.
Who are you talking to?
The owls.
You can just hear the faint like.
Like June. That's who.
Out of a quick
Shut the
question,
fuck up.
in this in this long
That's
rest, do I
probably-
attune to the ring?
You can if you like.
Perfect.
Sure. So I will send it to you, but it's essentially that you can only use it once every. So you can only use it once a day.
Okay.
That's fair.
But you're not sure. So when it's the full 24 hours, but you did see them use something again on top of that. But the one that you have, it's only one for use one per day.
Cool.
But it is essentially a ring of invisibility.
So I can cast the spell invisibility on myself once a day.
Pretty much.
Okay.
It
That's
just
good.
comes from the ring.
That's very good.
Good to know, which means, I mean, I assume the other bandits have the same rings, and those who are cast out their invisibility. Oh, no, I guess it's the next day. Never mind.
Give me a second.
Or is it 24 hours, or?
It's 24 hours.
I imagine you could use a ring of
Yeah,
spells.
to like the next dawn and stuff like that.
Are we doing fast travel from here, or is there more stuff that needs to be done?
Well, there's probably more travel. There's
At this point, I'm going to say, because of how chaotic everything has been for just 2 days, I would like you guys to get to Dount. So I'm going to say that unless there's anything, we're going to do a couple of rolls, obviously,
Quick
for the
rolls,
next 5 days.
5
of your
days.
travel.
This is
5
day
days,
2.
This is day 2. Technically, you're going into day 3. We're going to do a couple of rolls to make sure everything is,
5 rolls.
yeah, everything is all good. We might do a little bit of just basically a fast travel to get there because I want you guys to experience Doubt. So, okay, so who hasn't rolled for the weather yet?
I haven't.
Me.
I wasn't here.
Sure. So I'm gonna get somebody to roll. So 2 people can roll a weather check. 'Cause we're gonna do it basically 2 for the rest of your trip. So Gilbert and Maylin, would you like to both roll the weather check?
Right now,
Yes.
D12.
5.
5? Sure.
That's not it. This one.
Yeah.
So 3.
I would also just like to add, I am going to be practicing my drum every day.
Roll another performance check for me.
Much to the
with
distaste.
advantage.
Oh, you're getting good at it now.
Oh, true.
5 and a 3. Let me consult my chamber.
Oh my god, I got a 2 and a 4.
I'm
You
going
had
to
such
Still,
struggle.
still practicing.
You had such promise, Gilbert.
practicing.
What's happened?
Are you proficient with your drums, or do you just
No.
have them?
I just have them.
It takes like a month to get proficiency with something.
You should
Yeah.
stop
Yeah,
trying.
no,
10,000
I'm not
hours.
gonna
You come
stop.
on,
I'm never going to stop.
Stop trying.
I will
Man.
never stop
So,
practicing.
on the next 2 days of your travel, it's mostly sunny. You can see that the landscape around you with the rolling green hills and the chains of kind of fluffy white clouds in a brilliant blue sky kind of gently waft along. There's maybe a gentle breeze that kind of picks up and wildflowers that kind of sway gently of all different colours. You can see swaths of red, oranges, bright purples and blues. You do pass as well some fields of agriculture and tillage that are kind of terraced.
Ooh, good.
I posted to my story. If
Oh, you
looking for
posted
the
to your story?
semicircle. Yes.
Excellent.
I anticipated, so I tagged you in it.
Hell yeah.
Stream. Anyway, so you can see that there are some kind of terraced crops, rice fields, rice paddies, and like fields of kind of just regular barley and wheat that kind of sway gently in this breeze as well. At the end of the second day of your travel, you notice that some clouds begin to kind of sprinkle gentle rain on you while the sun is still out, so you are all experiencing a sun shower.
Nice. That's very nice.
And this kind of faint, misty rain begins to kind of, I guess it make the air around you humid, but it's so nice seeing the kind of refraction of light through this light kind of misted rain. I will also get somebody to roll a D100 for me, please.
It hasn't rolled yet.
I was gonna say A9 is not rolled, so please do. 71.
Ow, bear.
Oh, I love owlbears. So
Oh, I
much.
know.
Guys, they're definitely gonna feature, but it's just a matter of when.
Can the druid get an owl bear?
Because it's fun, yes.
Just have you seen one? Google one. They're really cute.
Okay. A9, roll a perception check for me, please.
We're looking at a nice even 10.
An even 10, sure. So, as this light rain begins to kind of cast what appears to be the faint outline of a rainbow, you do notice that at the very edge of what appears to be a thicket, you can see that there's a crate that appears to be its contents kind of littered out onto the ground. You can see that there's a faint glint of something bright that kind of catches your eye.
It looks like we've got something spilled over there.
I guess I'll ride over an eclipsed. See what
Roll
it is.
an investigation check for me, please.
Woo, investigation. My strong suit. That's a 16. That's not too bad.
16. You can see that in front of you, it appears to be a relatively small crate. The lid is open, obviously, and its contents are kind of spilled out, and you can see that there is a handful of what appears to be precious gems. So you can see that there are rubies and sapphires and an emerald. So there's probably about 7 gems in total.
How much?
How much? I would say it'd probably be about 50 gold worth. They're relatively small, but actually no, sorry, my mistake. It would probably be closer to 100.
Each gem for each gem.
No.
Main
altogether.
bank.
Okay, yeah.
Collectively 100.
Swipe.
Making our money.
Roll.
Make
and
it back,
100.
baby. Already,
Hey.
all the money I've lost, already made back in
What is
So when
gemstones.
you
Hell
roll,
yeah.
it's essentially that.
Who would leave these behind?
It's
One of
probably some
first
cargo that
digit.
fell off.
Yes.
Well, it's off
And
the
then
road.
there's the second digit.
Can
So
I?
how do you
Okay.
roll on 100?
So if you roll both of them,
Unless they do.
And so you roll both, you get.
and
So-
so you get a
Skippers.
60
I
and
don't think
1,
this
it'd be
is a trap.
61.
Yes, that's a 25.
Yeah, so that's 25.
I
But how do you
don't
get
think
an
it's-
100?
3 zeros, right?
I think
It's
it's
3
the
zeros 100. Wouldn't that be 0?
No.
No. Because
1 to
technically
100.
it's-
Don't ask questions. It's how it works.
Is there no 0 on a D100?
Correct.
Okay.
No.
It's like how it
Because
never
Oh,
you're
wait,
not
yeah,
gonna-
no, that's true.
Anyway,
Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. That makes
That's
sense.
okay.
can I investigate
I
the crate?
got really confused for a
Wait,
second.
did you roll 100 on the day?
No,
So
no,
when you
I was just
investigate the crate, all you can see are
Spending,
those
I've
rules. It
spent
just
like
seems to
4
be
seconds
a
or
kind
4
of-
minutes trying to figure it out.
Ah.
Is that always that's what was all in the crate? Just the gemstones, or
That's all that's left in the crate. So you can see that there's a larger kind of Hessian sack that contained these gems, but has since been kind of rifled through and they're all kind of spilled out.
so they've just left the most valuable bit, basically? All right.
Seems like it.
I'll turn the horse around and be like, I guess I get my money back. It was gemstones.
But
shining
didn't
rock.
A9 find it?
Yes, we will use it to pay for the travel because we technically did not protect that.
That's fair.
I got stabbed a lot, and then I got knocked unconscious, and then they stole all my money.
Oh.
So you did nearly die?
Yeah,
Well, you didn't,
And you lost all our gold?
I lost all my gold.
and you didn't think to tell any of us?
I was covered in blood. I'm still covered in blood.
But you really downplayed the situation, Adelaide.
I said stabbed.
Yeah,
What do you
I get.
think?
Yeah, we've been beaten to a pummel by ooze monsters before, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean we nearly died.
What do you mean? I went down then as well.
You didn't tell us that. Ah.
What do you think all this blood came from? It came from inside me.
Crew guy's just gonna cringe and go talk to Miriam and Allison and just mingle with them along the travel.
I'm
They're
covered.
kind of swapping stories between each other about their travels, how they have kind of how they were lucky enough to go to Moran and then come back.
Crew guy would just like to sit in and like ask them about all their travels and stuff like that, and how they got into the trade and how long they were doing it and stuff like that.
Sure.
Just
So
get familiar with them.
You find out that Miriam was born into the trade, so her parents in Moran were merchants or travellers in the sense that she is now. Alison, she found in a tavern, or I suppose outside of a tavern, kind of down on his luck, homeless at the time, and offered him a job.
Oh, lovely.
Awesome.
Love
Um,
that.
Meanwhile,
We
it
need
was
a bit
just
of wholesome
completely
content, guys.
covered in
What time
blood.
do you reckon it'll be done? What time do you reckon it'll be done? Just
Probably
roughly.
30 more minutes, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Okay. Cool.
Uh, they-
No, I'm not.
Is that okay with everyone else?
I'm
Yeah,
not
of course.
looking to finish it or anything. I'm just. No, I'm just getting a ballpark. It's all good. Thank you.
Sure.
That's nothing. Sorry. Continue.
Oh, good. All right. So for your next 3 days, I'm going to say. Actually, I will just do a quick roll.
Do we encounter the bandits again, or they just fucked off?
Are you actively pursuing?
No. Just wondering if
I'll
they're,
be
like,
doing
being
perception checks every now and again to just be wary of danger.
I will be doing performance.
If they encounter my passive, I'll try and hit them with a guiding bolt. I
One
guess.
day I'll get you
Okay.
chapters,
We just-
I swear.
You.
Okay. So I will say that you don't come across them. But you do pick up. Actually, roll a perception check for me, please. Roll with advantage, actually. Sorry, I should have said that before.
13. Nothing crazy.
A 13. With a 13, you do catch a faint disturbance in the dirt path before you, and it seems as if there have been that somebody has recently passed through. So you assume they might be going the same direction to Dount.
I think the guys the burning notice. What are they called again?
I,
Trails.
I believe this is
burn
good.
notice.
The
The
burn
burn
notice.
notice.
I think they're still the
I
burning
think
notice.
It's just a part of them.
I think they're still going to Doubt.
I
Well,
guess we get another shot at them.
together this time, okay?
It's fine. You're with us this time.
And don't involve the horses.
The horses got themselves involved. You should have heard them.
Oh, but you-
Frankly, disgusting language. We should talk them in
How do you
I
know?
talk to animals.
I got a 21 insight.
Yeah, you know it's bullshit. But I know if Maylin does.
He's just messing with you.
I
They're just
listen
messing
to
with
the
you.
horses.
I
It's
healed
not
the
mine.
horses. It's fine.
I talk to the horses too. They don't say that they do.
Well, you should have heard them in the situation. When stress,
They wouldn't lie to me.
Bailey,
when stress comes
they're
into
messing with you.
situations. When stress comes into, you're telling me you're the same in stressful situations.
What do you mean?
Like wh-
I'm gonna roll a 50-50 to see how like coarse Eclipse's language is.
the hell?
Eclipse swears a lot. Very angry horse.
Especially after like 2 nights ago. Yeah, that's fair.
Eclipse has just always been a bitch.
Nay, motherfucking nay.
I don't think the horses put themselves in that situation.
but the
Technically-
You
horses-
guys brought them
Technically, it's the bandits put us in that situation.
And the
that is
horses chose
okay.
to
That is
swear.
fair point. Yeah, actually.
there. Who cares if they chose to swear? That doesn't mean they put themselves in that situation.
That's all I'm telling you. They were foul mouthed.
All right, as you guys continue
Onward.
on with this discussion about whether or not horses use coarse language, Con, would you do me the honour of rolling a D100? for
I
me,
will.
please?
Oh, I never roll a D100.
I think that covers everybody who's rolled the D100. Yeah.
I think I've rolled one last session.
I don't think I've
We'll,
ever
we'll
rolled a
circle back around. I'm
D100.
assuming you're gonna
I
have
assume we're gonna do very much more travel.
83.
83.
A good one.
Very well.
a giant rat that comes out of nowhere, and I have to chop it in half.
Not again.
Rat
Can I
squad.
chop? Can I chop this rat?
No!
Okay.
It's just like a were rat. It's fucking like just like savaging someone. No, you can't touch it. It's like eating this thing whole. It's like fuck.
You see a large dragon knife.
Yeah,
I become
it's a Taurus.
size.
Okay, so Krieger, will you roll a perception check for me, please?
That was a mission and a half. 14.
14. You watch as, in the distance, you can see that there is what appears to be a large herd of beasts moving towards you, kind of in a loose kind of group. And they're kind of being herded down what appears to be the dirt, like an intersecting dirt road towards you now.
I'll yell out to June. Do you know what those are? Jesus Christ, sorry about that. Do you know what those are?
Roll a perception check, please.
Thank you. Maybe.
Maybe. You can do it with advantage if you're both looking. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I'm pointing out to you where they are.
Let me just.
So there's a herd of something coming towards us.
Yes, they're too far at the moment to see with just a cursory glance, but if you look closer,
You gotta squint, like to the northeast. That, over there.
Fucking no.
11.
with an 11, they're moving relatively slowly, but as you guys are moving at a quicker pace, you eventually come across this intersecting dirt road. It's well worn and it seems to kind of stretch up into the hills nearby. And you can see that there are large elk beginning to kind of be herded along this road by two farmers that kind of gently coerce them into a loose kind of...
These elk,
Yes,
so they're fucking massive.
huge.
Jesus.
They're so cool.
So many.
I'm just looking at them, just like I'm like scribbling. What is these ones?
That's
That's
an
Jeff.
elk.
Stacy,
Elk.
Lucy.
I'm like I just write elk.
That's George from accounting.
What is accounting?
You know when you're counting?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's accounting.
Ah! Counting. Counting R's. How many R's? One R or two R's?
I'm about right. So I accounting, and
No,
then
no,
just
no,
was
no,
like,
no.
and then puts like multiple question marks. Cryptic subject.
As unidentified object.
Accounting.
As Miriam begins to slow the wagon, Alisan kind of following suit. The weather around you is nice and sunny, and you watch as this kind of warm glow kind of illuminates these beasts coming towards you. They are massive. They stand at least 7 foot tall. Their large antlers are thick, almost the size of kind of small branches that kind of grow upwards from their head in kind of large racks of huge, great prongs.
Farmer, what crops do you grow from these?
You're yelling down to the farmer?
Yeah.
Sure, he didn't catch you there, what did you say?
what product from these beasts of burden?
They're mounts.
Oh, they're mounts. Oh
Yes,
God.
sir.
How much?
You can ride one of those.
Yes, sir.
How
They
much?
ride them down
Can
in
we get
White
one?
Plain. They're sending them that way. So
How much?
How much are they? Way out of your price range, lad.
Well,
How do you know?
test us first.
100 platinum.
Never mind.
That's fair. Big beast.
They're untrained at the moment, you see, so we're doing a bit more work on them. They seem
Okay.
like docile creatures, but it'd be nice
We
to see
will
if
be
you get
back.
under their hoof.
I'll
hoof
save
feet.
up for one.
Thank you, farmer.
Why should you do that?
I'm still 7 for a raise.
I'm gonna.
Perhaps if you see in the future I can give you a better deal, but for now these are destined to White Pine royalty, so fortunately I can't give you a sale.
What
That's
did you
okay.
call them? White wine royalty?
Pine.
White
Pine.
Pine,
Oh, okay.
the
I thought
city.
I was about to learn a bit of culture. It's like, oh yes, the royals. They love their white wine, and the locals
Well,
are
I'm
like,
sure they do, but for me,
No, no,
I've
don't
never
push
had
it,
the opportunity.
fair enough, fair enough. Well, thank you, farmer.
We're heading
Be
up.
on your merry
Pleasure.
way. Thank you for taking your time.
Pleasure doing business.
Watch out.
It's
Watch
gonna be
out
on the
for-
intersecting road.
What are they called again?
Bandits.
There are bandits around. Just be on the lookout.
Right, thank you. We've had a string of disappearances around our area, so looking forward to perhaps the Grimoisian Legion intervening.
From the dragon.
Yeah, no, we knew that already, didn't
We knew that's a dis-
Oh. Well. Be safe.
Is that from the evil?
I asked.
Was it evil?
From
Was
the
the
evil? What
what?
exactly are you
Yeah,
talking
the,
about?
the evil. We got told
No.
about the evil.
That was a
from, From a
dragon.
person.
That's in the kingdom of Acheron.
Well, that's rather obscure. I mean, that could mean anything. The evil. Exactly
Oh,
what
the
you're
was,
saying.
was this
dragon,
the
the
heraldy
dragon.
guys? The
Yeah,
old
yeah,
guys?
The dragon.
There's
There was a
dragons
dragon
there?
somewhere, and they killed it. They murdered the dragon.
Oh, is that what they meant
In
by
the-
evil?
Yes.
area?
In-
Did you not
in
ask
in
the herald?
In the Sultan.
We were chasing bandits.
Okay, that's fair.
Right. Well, thank you for warning us about this evil. Well,
No, they killed
Yes,
it. The evil is gone.
oh then.
The
No,
bandits are here. The dragon is gone.
The dragon is gone.
So the
I
bandits are the
understand.
evil, or no?
What?
The bandits are the evil.
The
I-
evil too.
They
I'll
are
look-
an
they
evil,
are the
not
new
the
evil.
evil.
I'll look down at my blood. I'll be like, yes.
You're bleeding there, lad.
I was bleeding.
You were bleeding.
Yes, the bandits, they stabbed me a
You-
lot.
So the evil stabbed you.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I don't suppose they'll be bothering me with a herd of giant elk.
That's fair.
But,
That's a good point.
Hope so.
Like, you'd hope no dragons kill them.
right. Well, I haven't got too much more to travel, so on your way, and then we'll pass behind you. So
Is
pleasure doing
Wi-Fi.
business. Safe travels to you.
You
You
too.
Nice meeting you, elk. Not you, I'm talking to the elk.
Did you specifically say that?
Yeah, to
Nice
the elk.
meeting you, Elk, and waves at
Where is
I
this
take
place?
it back. If you're ever trying to buy one of these elk from me, you won't be getting a good deal.
him.
Kind of tips his hat to the rest of you.
You hurt his
and-
feelings. You
I'm
didn't say
sorry.
goodbye to them. You said goodbye to
Oh,
the elk.
goodbye to you too.
Where is this
Doesn't
place
respond.
that they're taking these elk to?
I just got excited about the elk.
Maylin has made a mortal
I'm
enemy.
gonna put-
enemy the
Can
elk
you,
dealer.
where's the place that these
White
elk are
Pine
going?
is actually not on the map.
Oh,
Ah.
why
Yeah.
not? Is it just
You
not a
guys-
big enough place?
Is that another continent, perhaps?
No.
Is
it's
it?
Probably just.
Is it actually?
I don't know. Roll a history check for me, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna point this out. Roar is written. It is cheaper to buy an elephant than a warhorse.
That'll be a
So these elk are
17.
fucking. They're worth it.
17. You've heard that White Pine is generally a major city in the Cardinal Triad. On the
Can I roll a history
continent
check
of, on the continent of Casmodus.
Okay.
Oh.
It's a different continent.
Alright, different continent. Never
Yes,
mind.
Good to know.
the elk are traveling over the sea. It seems.
Pirate elk.
Perhaps.
I mean, that's probably why they're
Pop's
worth a
gonna
lot
steal
of
them.
money.
Who knows?
Is there connections, like avid connections between the continents?
Probably like teleportation.
Like trade
circles or
connection?
something.
Yes.
Would there be teleportation
Wait,
circles? and
can
stuff?
can I do
Not-
a
Roll an Arcana check for me, please.
what's this
Or you're just asking
teleportation?
out of
I'm
canon?
just asking out of character.
Yes, there is
Yeah.
teleportation circles.
Yeah,
Can I do?
But they
I-
do frequently make seafaring trade routes. Like there's several islands that are used as waypoints in the middle, so it's not as long a journey. But they are besieged by pirates in Blightbath.
Pop,
It
pop,
depends.
pop,
It depends
pop,
on the
pop.
direction you go in.
What are
but
the what are the chances that our travels will take us to another continent? Low?
depends on you guys.
Yeah.
You'll find out.
Sandbox world, baby.
There you
Yeah.
go. Well, yeah,
I pretty
true.
much just let you do whatever you want, really.
So we could just totally ignore the main
Yeah,
quest
no.
line that we're doing right now.
I'll say the same
would
thing.
make-
In my campaign, if you guys choose to just ditch the main quest line, I'll come up with a new one.
Okay.
The same events are
Yeah.
still going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just you won't be there to
Have
stop
you got
them.
things that are happening
world
in the
moves
world
on.
right now?
Yeah.
Holly would be so.
No, but are there events happening in world?
Because you're the
that are
most affected by my
affecting the
comments.
world as we speak?
Hang on, guys. Oh, what did you say, sorry?
Are there events? This is out of character. Are there
Yes.
events happening in world, like in the timeline, that are going to affect what's going to happen to us?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Damn.
It's a
This-
living and breathing world.
It is a living and breathing world, and the choices that you make change it. So, for example, if you are rude to a particular individual, it might so happen that they have more sway than you think, and then that'll set off a chain reaction.
Like
Yeah.
that one
Like-
random dude running in the wind.
There, who knows?
Or like the elk man, I didn't say goodbye to him.
Who knows? Your actions have consequences.
Or the
Shit.
noble guy who had
Yeah,
a high-ranking position I called an arsehole about
Nah,
directly to his
dickhead.
face.
He was
Yeah.
a dickhead
He
though.
Yeah,
was.
I mean, there's
We've been
definitely
mean to everybody.
there are also things that happen on other continents that are affected by what happens on this continent and what you guys do. So it's
What if
just
we
that-
killed one of the elks? How
One
would
of
that
the
affect
Well,
the
we will
world?
piss off a royal family.
You
On
can try it
another
and see.
continent? No, I've
Also, we'll
never.
get severely injured by an elk, probably.
Yeah, probably.
This is a 7-foot tall elk.
But
And
yeah.
a whole pack of them as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Gonna
Um,
fuck
right.
you up.
Okay, so
Let's
Yeah,
keep going.
that's
Sorry,
right.
sorry for that little interlude.
no worries. So yeah, you guys eventually continue on your way. I will say that we'll do one more kind of watch overnight to see if anything happens. Who would like to actually, June? Would you do me the honor of rolling a perception check for me, please?
Yes. I
Thank
shall.
you.
Oh, if it will let me. Yes, it will. Lovely.
There we go.
21.
21. With the 21, you notice that the overnight is relatively quiet. It seems almost too still. There doesn't seem to be any kind of cicadas chirping or any kind of other wildlife surrounding you until well into the night, almost I would say 4 in the morning. At that point, you see that there are large shapes that begin to gently coast towards you and settle in branches nearby with a kind of and a rustle.
Good. Jesus. I was about to call them to me in aid.
And then you can hear kind of the soft
Aw.
of like lots of different owls kind of surrounding you now, watching over you.
I stand up and raise my arm. And,
no, no.
Down a little bit,
it's
down a
to
little bit.
the side.
This way. There we go.
The
Either
way
way.
my heart just
Dropped.
We all were like,
All of us are like, we're live on Twitch.
Okay, you watch as one of the owls kind of and
I
begins
raise
to
my
settle
arm
on
in a
your
sort of
arm.
hawking salute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or perhaps like actual hawk.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
It
Like
was
this.
off to the side, you guys.
We know you didn't make.
No, probably
Those
not as bad
days.
as our forward tabs. Let's be real.
You feel the talons kind of seize around your arm, and you kind of waver slightly as it sways in place. But that same large barn owl, it seems, begins to kind of hoot at you softly from your arm.
Another 40 hours appear in character
Surely you
tonight.
talk to it this
I can
time.
do that actually. That's part of my ability. I can't do it quickly. I move 5 feet at a time, but it's part of the thing. I cast
Yes.
Beast Bond on the owl.
Sure.
Good evening, friend. It has been our 3rd acquaintance now. I don't know if acquaintance is the right word, but our 3rd meeting. First
Pleasure.
acquaintance.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
You're an owl. I'm a person.
I suppose so.
It's very frank greeting, and I appreciate that.
Well, I've got more to do with my time, but apparently I'm constantly tethered to you now, so that's pleasant.
Lovely. Do either of us know why?
I'm an owl.
I'm a person.
What
Well,
is this?
So blunt.
Lovely meeting you. Is there anything more that you would find useful to tell me?
Be nice if you didn't give us just people to snack on.
Really? Sorry, I presumed. Sorry, my bad.
I mean, we do hunt, but
People's
if
not
you're
your
going to
fancy?
be calling us randomly, would appreciate, just a mouse or two or something.
Will do. There was a rat before that. I'll
And
keep it in mind.
where is the rat now?
Eaten, unfortunately.
Great, so it's useless to me.
Yes. Currently, yes.
Brilliant, thank you.
No problem. It's been very cordial. I shall call on you if required, and I thank you for your presence.
Of course, it is my duty.
A rat or two shall be on the way. Maybe a mouse, maybe something more fitting for an owl than an orc.
Yes, I mean, it didn't taste very nice. It was kind of,
bit
A
charred.
bit like jerky.
Well, I did. It was burnt twice. So
Bit too well done for me.
fair enough. The forest hungers for fresh meat. So fresh meat shall be supplied.
I don't know about fresh meat. I would just prefer
Really?
a mouse. It can be dead for a day or so. You know, it doesn't
Really?
bother me too much.
Oh, well, never mind me then. Lovely.
I mean, I'm not saying don't give me like a week-old mouse carcass.
Yes, within reason, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
There needs to be a handshake or something going on here.
The owl is just kind of walking up and down your arm, kind of looking around, the head kind of spinning 360 and still kind of centering back and kind of cocking the head to talk to you and kind of nods in some places.
It's like the bird, no, but like I fully bobbed the
Yeah.
body.
The wings are kind of ruffling gently.
Well, this is delightful. I have no idea why we've been tethered, but
I suppose that's your job to find out, no?
yes, it is.
It's my job to just answer your call.
Thank you.
Sure.
Have a lovely evening. That's all I require of you for now, unless you wish to hang about, but at your leisure.
Thank you. Well, I'm sure I'll be seeing you soon. Do call me if you need me.
Thank you. Will do.
Pleasure. And
Evening.
begins to kind of fly off and
Does the owl
you
have a
watch as
name?
it kind of
Yeah,
coasts
did you ask
gently
his name?
away into the
Don't need
into
to.
the distance.
Names aren't important in contracts. All that's important is
It's
getting
just
the job done.
business.
It's just business.
Just business.
I appreciate the bluntness.
Okay. After that encounter, you guys at the dawn of this new day, the kind of the almost oppressive kind of sun showers that have kind of spotted around, and the torrential rain and the tornado in the distance, the heavy gale force winds that have kind of plagued your journey, give way to yes.
No, you can continue. I'll ask at the end of your description. It's not important till later.
Well, I
Screw
mean,
it, I'll ask
you've
now.
interrupted me now. So please.
Do I get my spell slot back for slot back?
Oh, yes.
for
Yeah,
base
yeah,
one?
yeah, yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
I forgot where it was. Oh, so it has given way to kind of the same clear, bright blue sky from the previous day. You guys are now in your final day of your journey. The sun around you, it's warm. It's about, I would say, probably 20 in the early 20s degrees. So it's very nice. There's kind of a gentle cooling breeze that is refreshing when it hits you, but kind of for the rest of the time, it's not an oppressive heat, say for those of you who are in full armor. But
That's all of us?
Except for me.
I don't think so. I think
No.
I think, yeah, I will.
You wear,
No worries.
you wear
Abelard
breast,
and
I wear
Krugard
half.
definitely, who I was
I have
talking
layers.
about.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, he wears. You're wearing a breastplate, aren't you?
Also a robot though.
Yeah, and a robot. Oh yeah, true. You
Yeah.
don't feel humidity.
I was gonna say I don't
Yeah.
need temperature effects really.
That's
unless it's
fair.
like
Like you can get like heat exhaustion and stuff like that, but that's
Yeah.
like extreme heat.
which I don't think it's early 20s, so not too
Yeah.
a bit of a mild day.
If you fall in lava, you might suffer.
Yeah, so you guys are in a veritable bath of sunshine as you guys continue on your journey. Miriam kind of calls back to you. Should be expecting to be there at probably 12 or so, so strap in, get yourselves ready for down.
Did we ever update Miriam on the bandit situation?
I imagine we
I
would.
would assume
After
you
all these
would,
days of travel.
but you didn't specifically mention it if there's something you'd like to go over.
Yeah,
But
I'll,
I assumed you just kind of...
I imagine like it's like because we didn't manage to
Yeah.
actually get her stuff back. I'll pay her 50 gold pieces.
probably
actually refuses them, passes them back. Haven't finished your journey yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing what exactly happens. It's been a pleasure to have you guys along.
We really appreciate you, taking us all this way and getting to know you guys. And obviously, it's not been the smoothest of rides, and that's partially our fault. Hopefully, we'll see you again after this trip, and maybe even buy some wares off you in the future.
Well, you know where I am, or I suppose you'll find me in some point, or I'll find you. But let's say perhaps we'll cut it to 25 gold, and then we'll
D-
part ways if we manage to get to down in one piece at the end of this day. How about that?
Do you want us to pay for any goods or damages that you lost?
No need to worry about that. 25 gold is perfectly enough. We'll send word back to our our contract. We'll see how that goes about their missing weaponry, but sometimes these kind of things can be helped if we don't have any security with us, so I'll just leave out the, the new faces on our journey, who were supposed to be our security in this case. But
We're still new. Clear, obviously.
Abelard,
Hmm.
would you mind describing the weapon that slashed you rather interestingly?
It was a sword.
I believe it was a sword with like a many-toothed sword.
I'm not going to lie, I was not paying that much attention to what stabbed me. I was more going, object trying to hit me.
Fair enough. Well,
from a distance, you can see that it was a kind of wickedly curved blade. You didn't see how serrated the edge was, but you assume from the marks that are left in Abelard that it was, at least, a little bit serrated.
well, if you don't remember, such is life.
Okay, so as you guys continue on with your journey, you grow closer to the seemingly distant peaks of the Dawn Vale before. And you pass through gentle rolling hills, and nestled at the base of a chain of these hills, is a large expansive town that you can see in the distance that sprawls across the valley of lush green grass and vibrant clusters of wildflowers. Plumes of smoke rise out of chimneys and soar upwards into a crystal clear blue sky. A meandering dirt path winds its way in between the hills and past paddocks, over a bubbling stream and towards the village pressed against the side of a craggy mountain. The path itself is well worn and pockmarked, its camber altered by the subtle divots carved into it by countless wagon wheels and deepened by the weather. At the juncture of two dirt paths, a greying wooden post bears a series of signs hanging crookedly and pointing chipped arrows down the pathways. The sign reads on one side, on to Sprockerot, on another, to Dount, on to Helior, and then to Gelded on each of the four posts. Trundling on down the path, dust billows upwards under the rickety wooden wheels of the set of wagons you're travelling in, and the hooves of the horses pulling them, and obviously those that you are mounted, the hooves of the horses that you're riding now. Dragonflies float along beside you, their wings beating quickly to stay afloat. In a nearby field of verdant, carefully mown grass, rows of lavender sway gently in the breeze as bees zip in and out to pollinate them. A cluster of beehives is arranged in a loose circle, dotting the field of vivid purple and green with rich honey-coloured wood. 3 apiarists tend to their hives, clothed in heavyweight white linen suits and thick dark leather gloves, stacking jars of honey into wooden crates and scraping honeycomb off with curved large silver blades. In the distance, large wooden buckets hover by themselves in between rows upon rows of vines that hang heavy with grapes and other brightly coloured fruits as part of vineyards and orchards. 2 huge mechanical arms spread across the distances between fruit trees and pluck the fruit safely off the trees to deposit them into buckets, the gears in their arms whirring and clicking as they change position. Farmers move ahead of them, plucking the ripe fruit off the ground and sorting the apples plucked by the enchanted machines that falls down to them through a conveyor belt of sorts into a large cart. As you move onwards, the horses' hooves click rhythmically as they pass over the multicoloured cobblestone bridge that spans over the wide, deep stream that cuts through the heart of these fertile lands. Herds of cattle and sheep graze across the fields and over the hills, stark against the luscious green backdrop. As you approach the town itself, farmers in nearby fields peek their heads over the sides of fences and unfurl themselves from where they were crouched to watch you pass. Some of the farmers send you curt nods, whilst others beam and wave at you,
They
tipping
wave
their hats.
At us?
Yeah.
Despite my plague doctor visage.
Yeah, I mean, they look at you weirdly, but they kind of,
Okay.
Some of them send you
I guess I
waves.
wave friendly back. I'm like,
I wave really friendly back
this
to
is-
everyone.
This is like the most friendly greeting I've ever received. I'm just like,
You can see little kids that kind of peek their heads out from between the slats of like the horizontal wood of the fences and kind of head out towards you and wave and call out like, hi!
I'll go.
I imagine there's like a little bit of showmanship. I'll like cast light on random leaves and stuff like that.
Aw.
Just
So
a
Can
random.
I?
they,
Are we putting on a show? I'll play my drums.
Yes.
Performance check for me, please.
Yeah.
Can I give him advantage as like
A
his hype man?
14.
14?
Oh, you're getting
Oh, wait.
better.
Can I?
Yeah, you can roll
before?
with advantage.
Presenting Dilbert the
It
drummer.
was a 13, so 14.
14, sure. So these kids, as you guys begin to kind of show off for them, casting light on random leaves and passing by, everything here seems very, very happy. Like the clusters of wildflowers almost seem to kind of dance with Dilbert's beat. And you watch as the kids begin to run following the cart. Some of them kind of doing these kind of motion as they kind of walk past. And farmers kind of call out to the kids, "Don't go too far," and kind of wave them back over. But the kids kind of wave happily at you. Some of them kind of dance along and skip next to you.
Adorable.
This place is so happy.
You can see that there are dragonflies that begin to kind of pass in between the kids and then swoop down over you guys, kind of hovering gently next to you. You continue to get kind of warm reception from some of the farmers. Some of them kind of just send you nods or tip their hats, whilst others kind of completely remove their hats and tip them to you that way. Others kind of just wave or send you like a salute, given that you all are wearing armor and have your weapons. And you can see that some of them actually even kind of call out greetings to Miriam and Alice, and you assume that they're frequent in these parts, kind of addressing them by name. And you can see that as you pass, some of the farmers are kind of collecting crops and bundling hay. And one of the farmers kind of wipes a hand over his brow to collect the sweat before swinging a large scythe across a patch of wheat to cut them in like an effortless swipe, and then heading back towards the other way. And to the left and right of this steadily approaching town, acres and acres of terrace farming climb up the sides of hills, interspersed between regular rolling hills. Littered with farmers in wide brim hats that till the soil and collect corn, wheat and barley. The landscape surrounding this large town is picturesque in its quilt of gold and green, trimmed with vibrant spots of red, blue and purple. Small huts of wood and stone stand tall next to large windmills, etched into the gently sloping terraces, their chimneys puffing out curls of smoke from their roaring fires. Ravens glide up above, their dark wings buffeted on the breeze as small scrolls are attached with leather harnesses to their backs and legs. Heavy rope bridges span the distance between the hills, connecting the various tiers of farming to one another. You can see in the distance there are farmers traversing the bridges carefully as they sway gently underneath their footsteps. They're kind of hoisting large sacks over their bags as they kind of try and fight against this sway of the rope bridges. As you approach the town itself, winding your way towards it down a dirt path in between fields of crops and rolling green hills, an onslaught of colour reaches out to you, beckoning you in. Swaths of faded pastel colours blanket the town, slathered on the plaster of tall buildings that line the main thoroughfare, and accenting the small one-storey cottages with ribbons of pale paint and intricate fretwork. All along the street, flower boxes overflow with geraniums, daisies, ivy and other plants, their colours mixing with pale pinks, purples and apricots. Buildings are stacked up almost on top of one another as they scale the sides of the hills that overlook this bustling town below. The pastel colours of the town itself reflect the colours of the wildflowers and crops that litter the surrounding landscape, providing a spot of warmth and colour to an otherwise endlessly green expanse. On the outskirts of the town, the worn dirt path that you travelled on all the way from Helior to Dount suddenly transitions to rough but well-made cobblestone paths. A huge stone archway hangs above the main entrance, bearing the words, "Welcome to Dount," engraved onto a metal sign in a neat loopy script in a chipped pastel blue. Before you, farmers haul overflowing Hessian sacks of produce over their shoulders, whilst others carry crates 2 by 2 by wrought iron handles as they walk along the street. Crates are piled high on wagons, covered with canvas as draft horses pull them from behind, scuffing the stonework below. Townsfolk roam in and out of buildings, waving to one another and stopping to chat underneath heavy fabric awnings, decorated with pastel colours and thick stripes. The heady scent of florals wafts towards you the closer you travel to the town proper, mingling with the comforting aroma of freshly baked bread and sweet pastries and jams. Roaring fires make smoke billow upwards, as cooks yell towards one another and poke and prod at meat cooking on enormous grills behind open stalls set up in the gaps between buildings. Visible at the end of this very wide main street, a large 3-story building is pressed up against the base of a mountain, bathed in a warm apricot colour, with large framed wooden windows spaced out symmetrically along all 3 stories. Built up underneath an awning of rock, the building itself is lit by chains of lanterns that rotate gently on their own, spraying light in every direction from where they're attached to polished copper. In front of the building itself, a wide wooden notice board is angled towards the opening of the street and littered with posters and flyers, bright colours spread across it to catch the eyes of approaching passers-by. From your distance, you can see that some of the posters themselves appear to have moving objects within the frames of this flyer. So kind of shapes that are too far to make out, but definitely seem to be moving and kind of enticing you to look at these notices of these flyers, these advertisements on the board.
Cool.
Figures stream in and out of the open wooden French doors of this distant building, turning down streets or into shop fronts, whilst farmers work in nearby fields on the outskirts of Dount. Welcome to Dount, everyone.
Bloody round of applause for that description.
Yeah,
that was
awesome.
Thank you. Welcome to Dount. So, for everyone, I think that will be a really nice place to leave off for tonight's session. And we can pick up next time as you guys have finally reached Dount.
Oh, no one died.
Nobody died.
Nobody died.
Thank the gods.
Narrowly avoided.
Yeah.
You literally
You-
could have died. We could have lost
No.
a player.
Yeah.
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 And if Holly had rolled better, you would have been dead.
Yeah,
Because
that's also true.
Did you just say we could have lost a player?
lost a character.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I
Oh,
was
sorry,
okay.
lost a character.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so, like, we're gonna
Sorry.
pick-
I
Not a
would-
player.
You die in real
die in the
life.
game, you die in real life.
Sort of online rules, baby.
That's it, thank you. You
It's
don't
over.
actually invite
I'm
it
confused
anymore?
about the fun.
Yeah, no. If your character dies, you have to leave the table. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're out of the game.
I'm not sure how long it's been dead.
That's alright, you didn't say too much.
Oh.
Holly, do you want to say goodbye, sorry? I didn't-
Yes. So I hope you guys had fun. Thank you so much for joining us. I know it took a while to get to Down, but I hope it was worth it. So welcome to all of us at the table to Down, and welcome to all of you to Down.
That's a follow.
All part of the fun.
As always, we really do hope you enjoyed. It's always a pleasure, never a chore to DM for you all.
Always a
So
pleasure, never a door.
Never a door.
wow.
New
we will
doors
see
always
you
open.
guys same time next week for some more D&D.
Friday night, 8 p.m.
Friday night, 8 p.m. If you haven't already, please do go and check out our archive videos on YouTube to catch up and to see how we got to this chaotic
Shit
point.
show.
This absolute chaos that beleaguers every single session. So yeah, we hope you guys had fun. We very much appreciate you guys watching. Much love to you all, and we will catch you all next time.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.